on Monday, July 14th at 1843 Acushnet Avenue in New Bedford, and Friday, August 1st at 5 Park Street in Attleboro. Switch to Total Wireless and get the power of Verizon's 5G network with no contracts and plans starting as low as $23 a month per line for 5 lines. It's time to make the switch and get a great deal on home internet, new phones, and tablets for the whole family. Don't miss the grand openings of Total Wireless by Verizon in New Bedford on July 14th and in Attleboro on August 1st. And be sure to tell them that WNB1 Radio sent you.
For a truly satisfying dining experience, look no further than Top Shelf Bar and Grill in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Our family-style restaurants offer an array of mouth-watering dishes, from pub favorites to traditional Portuguese cuisine. Treat yourself to an expertly prepared Portuguese meal or unwind with a handcrafted cocktail from our bar. Be sure to try our signature creations, including shrimp Mozambique, bourbon tips, grilled salmon, and the signature top shelf steak. Our warm and inviting atmosphere, combined with exceptional service, ensures a memorable experience. Since 2011, Top Shelf has proudly served a unique blend of Mediterranean-inspired cuisine, reflecting Portuguese, Spanish, and American flavors. Our founder, Robert J. Afonso, drew upon his industry expertise to create a welcoming space where everyone can enjoy a delicious meal, catch a game, or simply relax with friends. We strive to make our house your house, fostering a sense of community and supporting local organizations. When you visit Top Shelf Bar and Grill, make sure to mention WNB1 Radio and enjoy your meal.
Have you made that New Year's resolution to get into shape and you still haven't followed through with it? Then you need to join KO Gym.
The champ is here! The champ is here! The champ is here!
KO Gym is located at 50 Conduit Street in the north end of New Bedford, within the historic mills in a 5,000 square foot space, within plenty of room to train for social distancing, and the facility has unlimited parking outside. KO Gym offers exclusive training in Muay Thai, kickboxing, boxing, grappling, jiu-jitsu, as well as strength and conditioning programs. So if you're looking to train to get into shape to train for self-defense, or if you're looking to train to compete professionally, KO Gym has experienced professional staff to help you obtain your goal. They also offer one-on-one personal training as well as group classes to satisfy everyone's needs. So go ahead and let KO Gym help you make that change for a healthy body and a healthy mind. And also tell them that WMB1 Radio made the referral for you.
It's no secret that the trucking industry is struggling for drivers. So why not look for a school that can get you the credentials that you need to start that new career? Get on the road to success with J&J Driving School and Logistics Incorporated, located at 978 Nash Road in New Bedford, Massachusetts. J&J is a Black and woman-owned trade school leading the South Coast in CDL training. J&J offers the most comprehensive training programs for CDLs A, B, and school bus training. Don't let opportunities drive right by you. Go and see our friends at J&J and get your CDL career started right away. And be sure to tell them that WNB1 Radio sent you. Reliable Bus Lines Incorporated has been a leader in the school bus industry for over 40 years. Founded in 1980, Reliable Bus Lines Incorporated has provided the South Coast and surrounding areas of the Commonwealth transportation services ranging from private to contracted school bus and van services for corporate transportation. Specializing in school bus transportation, Reliable Bus Lines cares about your precious cargo. Our drivers are trained and certified and understand the importance of being on time and getting students to and from school safely. A staple in the greater New Bedford region, Reliable Bus Lines Incorporated is a women and minority-owned company. Our staff prides itself on being diverse, professional, and helpful. Call now to book your next outing, 508-992-0342. So come and take a ride with Reliable Bus, the bus you can trust. And don't forget to tell them that WNB1 Radio sent you.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Old school R&B, hip hop, reggae, sports, talk shows, and a whole lot more. You're listening to the internet's hottest new radio station, WNV1 Radio, New Bedford, Massachusetts, home of the legendary Tavares and just a collection of some cool-ass, wonderful people.
Good afternoon and welcome to Straight to the Point Sports, where we're joined by our regulars. That would be Kevin Rudolph, Steve Lopes, and Derek Concesio. Welcome, fellas.
What up? What up? What's up, yo?
What's going on? So we got a lot to talk about, and I guess we need to talk about the number one thing that happened over the weekend. That would be the Canelo Crawford fight. So we know Bud did his thing, but we kind of touched upon it last week about how we felt things might have gone. And things kind of went the way we did with the scorecard.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that Kev text, was it you, Kevin, that text? Yeah. He texted us a scorecard, and it was a lot closer
than it should have been.
Tell me about it. But this was our fair, right?
Mm-hmm.
We said
I didn't think he'd get a fair shake if it went to decision.
We said
I didn't either.
Now just think, and I think everybody pretty much saw it as a dominant fight. Just think if it were a close fight.
Yeah,
how it would have gone.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy. There's two judges at a 7-5 for Crawford. I mean, the other one was more realistic. It was 8-4,
and even that was probably short.
Yeah, that was,
but you could realistically make the argument 1 or 2 rounds.
I'm okay with 8-4. When I thought it was more 9-3, almost 10-2.
Yeah,
and that's just my opinion. You can say what you want about it, but I literally went and rewatched the fight before I spoke about it, and that's when I stumbled upon the scorecards, and I was like, what? And then I believe I heard one of the ESPN reporters say that this fight was about 2 rounds from a draw. And I said, what?
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Said, what? Like 2 rounds. And then that's what it sparked on me when I looked up the scorecards, and I was like, you have to be kidding me.
Yeah.
And I was like, you have to be kidding. I didn't watch that fight. That's my opinion. And I've been watching boxing for a long time. And it just was crazy to see how close 2 of them judges had that fight. 7-5 apiece. Both judges, 7-5.
We'll come back on that. Also, we need to talk about some NFL prime games that happened this weekend. There were a lot of injuries. Let's just put it that way. If you had to describe week 2, it was injury riddled.
The key players.
Yes. So we'll talk about that and how it's going to affect teams moving forward in the season, whether it's going to be long term or whether it's going to be mid or short term. But we'll touch upon some of the key games, some of the games that caught our eyes, some of the games that didn't go exactly the way that we thought they would go. Also, we'll talk about the Red Sox. We're in September, fellas, and butt cheeks are starting to clench. Things are starting to get tight. The Red Sox faltering towards the end. They went from literally went. If you look back 8 days ago, they were before the Yankee series. They were in the top seed in just 2.5 games out of the AL
East lead.
Mm-hmm. Fast forward 10 days later, they have they're in the 3rd spot, and they're fading fast. I think with today's loss, they might have even. I think Texas made.
Oh, they already played today.
Yeah. Yes, they lost.
135.
Yes, today was a getaway game. So yes, I think I'm gonna have to look up the standings. They may be tied for the 4th spot.
But you notice how when their downfall started is after that
when somebody got hurt. Yes.
Anthony went down.
Yes.
None of 1 or 2 players hit a little slump. combined with that,
their
changed the whole
their
thing.
bats have gone south. And there's no, I mean, so the difference now between the Sox, the current Sox that are in this, swoon going on, is timely hitting.
Yes.
They have none of that. So
Leading
just in
people
the
on
last,
base and scoring position
just in
was
the
crazy.
last week or so, the amount of men stranded on base is like, it's like incredible. For instance, the two games, just the last two games. I don't know what they did for today, because I didn't watch the game, but the two games, I believe they stranded almost 30 guys.
I was
Currently, they're still in
Yeah,
third place.
yes.
They're in last
11
place for the
yesterday.
wild
Yes.
They're in last
And the
place
night
too.
before was even worse. They had the bases loaded, I think, twice. They had guys on second and third twice. They had another guy on third with one out, and they couldn't move him across. That's timely hitting. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. But we'll talk about that, as well as the WNBA playoffs. They are in effect. And
closer than we thought.
yes, and we'll talk about Rookie of the Year. It's been named. Paige Beckers has been named the Rookie of the Year, and we're not. We look at it, right. The way she's trending, she surpassed all the scoring records of one Caitlin Clark last year. So we need to look at that and talk about that. And as far as the WNBA goes, the numbers really haven't dropped off that much. People are talking about, oh my God,
Everybody's calling.
no
Kyle last year.
Caitlin Clark. Oh my God. Well, guess what? Life goes on. And new superstars, are being born right before our eyes. So we'll talk about that as well. But we need to get back to our number one story of the weekend. All right. So that would be the fight, which took place on Saturday night.
You know what I'm curious about? What each of you guys think was the reason Crawford was so dominant? Because he was dominant. What led to him controlling that fight the way he did and dominating?
For me, it's real simple. We saw a ring general, a tactician, somebody who actually studied Canelo to a T, and literally he capitalized off of all his flaws. There's a difference when you see something and you don't capitalize off on it, right? He saw it and he executed. And it was to the point where I thought that Canelo was so frustrated. How many times did we watch him get hit and then him take a step back? Like, what the hell is going on?
Kev said that during the fight. He's frustrating him. And when you get frustrated, you don't know what to do. And then you start taking risks you don't have to.
Roughhousing.
Out of your element.
Roughhousing.
Yeah.
You seen it early on in the fight. It was the foot placement. It was everything. It was the angles. It was moving side to side. You seen it like in the second round. I think I leaned over to you and I said he's already frustrated. I was like, it was crazy. I was just like, wow, this might be easy. I was thinking that in my head, but it's still Canelo. And he just couldn't. He had no answers. They keep showing it over and over and again. I seen it this morning, where the punch, he hits him and he looks back at him like, where did that come from?
Yeah,
yeah. You got a third arm.
Yeah.
And you know what's funny is you mentioned my number one reason that I thought, which I said he was better prepared and had a better game plan, and he executed it flawlessly. He studied them. He found his weaknesses. He exploited them. Canelo looked like a shell of the Canelo I'm used to seeing.
Canelo. If I want to summarize his whole fight plan for that fight, was one punch. I think that he got caught up with the media saying, "Oh, the power." He thought that he was just. Now listen, come on.
I'll catch him eventually.
We are not boxers, right? None of us here claim to be boxers. I haven't boxed. Have any of you guys boxed? We're not talking against your brothers either.
No, playfully with Mr. V in the gym.
Yeah. So none of us here could
ago.
say that we've been in the ring, but we do know that your jab sets up everything.
Yeah,
right.
Absolutely.
Going
going through the first 6 rounds, they showed a thing. Canelo threw one
Concubines.
jab in 6 rounds.
Yeah, concubines.
Mhm.
Everything for him was, I'm going to step forward and I'm going to hit you with a power shot. I'm going to hit you with a power shot. I think he firmly in his mind, I think that he thought that he was going to be able to walk through Bud, and that was it.
And his power.
He didn't have, his power would eventually catch up, and it never caught up because, frankly, he never put together combinations.
Canelo was hopefully he was going to land one of them looping shots.
Yes,
and
And he was
and
avoiding them and blocking them.
yeah, he was blocking. If you remember, a significant fight was Hopkins against Trinidad, and Trinidad was his left hook was lethal. And I remember Hopkins' trainer literally tied a rope to his head to keep his hand up during training camp.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it went to that extreme with Crawford, but you notice Crawford was ready for it every single time. He was either moving out the way or he was just keeping his hand up and he was hitting all glove. So he did his film study. He was ready. Like he was ready and he couldn't. You've seen it when he won the fight. But the man took a knee and started crying. And I couldn't have been more happy for him.
Everything came to fruition.
Yep.
If I was to write an article about this fight, the headline would be "The bully got bullied."
Yeah, pretty much. He couldn't walk through him. There was no walking through him. And to be honest, Crawford got hit a couple times.
Yeah,
Good.
yeah.
And he ate it.
But
He didn't get hit enough.
You're gonna expect that.
But Crawford also has a chin.
Yeah.
Like that came into the fight. Everybody says he has a chin, but could he withstand somebody who's legitly 20, 30 pounds heavier? And that's with the rehydration. But when they got in the ring, Crawford was
No fear.
Yeah.
there was no fear. He was just as big as him, and that 5-inch reach.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
you said it.
Yeah.
At the beginning of the fight, he was like, "Wow, the reach is 75 to 70," and we were like,
Yeah. So you not only did he use did he have a game plan, but he used his God-given physical being to and like I said, if you look at the two fighters, you look at a fighter who was using the jab to set up other punches and not just loading up on one punches. It was so repetitive for Canelo just to sit there and watch. And oh, by the way, fellas, I have to put a disclaimer. I'm going to put myself out there. So I went and when I was watching the earlier fights, I was cooking and I don't know what I did. I must have paused the fight. So when I came back, I don't know what I did. I just put it on. So literally, I was probably about a half an hour behind.
When he put what's taking this fight so I'm thinking he's joking around saying that.
they were like in the ring.
I'm thinking he's we know Brian Canelo hasn't shown up yet. Well, that's what I'm thinking, but dude really hasn't stopped.
When he said that, I think Bud was coming to the ring.
Yeah.
That was pretty fun.
So then I'm looking and I'm like, there's no way. It's almost 1 o'clock and this fight hasn't started yet. There's no way. So then I go online, I go and look for the updates, and then I see, I'm like, wait a second, it started already. So then I hit the button and I see it go. I'm like, oh my God. So needless to say, I missed the first 5.5 rounds. But then I went back. I went back and I rewatched it though. I went back and I rewatched it. But you know what? It wasn't even as if that I watched from the middle of the 5th round. It never changed. It never changed. It never changed. It stayed that way. And then the next morning I went and I rewatched those first 5 rounds. I'm like, there wasn't much difference. There wasn't much difference. So, it's just one of those things where you look at it and, I had mentioned it. I said, when we talked about this last week, would he do something like a Sugar Ray Leonard? Would he, get in and get out? He actually stayed in the pocket many a times.
He did.
That inside foot was right there.
It was.
It was right there.
First things I said, I think it was either round 1 or 2. I said the foot placement's interesting because where his foot placement was.
It was right inside.
It was right inside. He was
right inside. It was like they were fighting inside that tire too.
Yeah. Yep.
I was shocked too when I watched it. But and moving forward, there's a lot of speculation, and Canelo hasn't, he's taken this in, which he should, because he's done something that no other fighter has done. It's three weight divisions, undisputed, beat the best pound for pound fighter, and still has an O by his end.
When we say that he's done something that no fighter has ever done, I think we should put male fighter. because there's a female that's been to 3 divisions and undisputed in 3
Clarissa
divisions.
Shields.
Yeah. I thought Roy Jones did it too, though.
I don't know if he did. He
No,
wasn't-
no,
he wasn't
not
undisputed.
undisputed.
Oh, no,
He was a
undisputed.
champ.
He went up
Undisputed.
3. Yeah,
He-
that
no,
was-
he went
He
up
was a champ in
in
3
three.
different weight classes,
Yes,
but
'cause-
not undisputed.
Yes, not
He didn't
undisputed.
have all the
All the
heavyweight
belts.
belts.
Yeah,
he
no.
didn't have all the heavyweight belts.
Yeah,
He-
no. He
back
grabbed that.
whenever it
He,
was,
he
he
grabbed.
beat-
He grabbed that belt and he went right back.
Yeah, he beat John Ruiz Jr. in that for 1 belt, and then went back and fought Tava, and that was just, it was crazy to lose 30 pounds of muscle like that. It was another time, another story.
But yeah, so yeah, he's done what no man has done, and he's also
Good point, D.
he's
Give
also
Clarissa her love.
oh yeah. That's why I said man. But good point, Derek. He hasn't given us any clue as to what he's gonna do. Rightfully slow. So you just had the most important fight probably of the century, right? By far the easiest. And you're taking it all in. You're just taking in the moment. Basically sitting back and saying, wow, I really did this. Now, we as the fans, we want to know what's going on. What do you think? What do you guys think that he's going to do? 39 years old, right? 38.
38.
So
Turning
by
38.
the time he gets,
Yeah, 39.
if he gets back into the ring, he'll be 30.
I think the money's too big for him not to go. I mean, this was his biggest payday. Like, I think before, like, he like tripled his worth in this one fight. So imagine doing that again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because now he has to be the A side no matter, well, he is the A side no matter who comes at him, even Canelo. And Canelo has another 2 fights on the deal he signed with the people over in Saudi.
Yeah.
So I think the most logical thing to do is be like, hey, I'll
Run it
fight
back.
him again.
Run it back.
Rematch.
I'm
or
getting
title.
the
I'm
big
getting a
money.
150.
I'm getting the 150. Exactly.
That's right.
I don't
That's
think he'll
to
get
me, that's
150,
the
but I think he'll get more than he got the first time.
Oh, absolutely.
If I don't get 150, we're not fighting.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
We're
I
not
would
fighting.
hold him hostage.
Yeah.
Listen,
I've already proved my
This
point.
will be the biggest fight purse wise, like at least in the top 3. So you have to play hardball as the
That's
champ.
right. So he holds all the cards. Canelo doesn't hold anything now. The fight can only materialize if he signs his name across the dollar.
But what Canelo does have, he already has a contract with them. So Canelo could just choose to go elsewhere for an easier fight.
Oh, yeah.
Just as good as a payday. He's probably got at least 100 million left on that contract for 2 more fights. At least. I don't know what the exact numbers are, but he still has 2 fights left on the contract he signed for like 400 million, whatever it was.
Now, my thing is, right, what fight could he possibly take that would generate more interest than?
Oh, it's already on the contract. He's already under contract with them for the money. So it's X amount of money. He might get more if it sells out,
The
or
views.
whatever it does, or views, or whatever it is. But he already is inked in for that 400 million. So what does it matter for him?
Yeah. I mean, at this point, do you say, I want to chase legacy, or do I want to chase money? Legacy would be like, I want my belt back. Money, step to the side, honor the 2 fights that you got left and ride off into the sunset. What do you want?
Personally, like, Canelo looked defeated in the fight.
Oh, yeah,
He
very
knew
much
he
so.
lost.
Very
Even
much
though he raised his hands at the end of the fight like he won. But I think that was just him acting.
That's pride.
Yeah, that's pride,
that
or whatever
pride.
you want to call it. And it's just, to me, it's like, what else can he do? He's going to be a year older, along with Crawford. Like, can you reinvent the wheel within a couple months, 6 months, a year, whatever it could be? Because he's going to be that same fighter, and Bud's pretty much going to be the same fighter, if not even sharper. Because iron sharpens iron. Bud's a master at just fighting, especially what he did to Errol Spence.
Yeah.
And then he fought again when he fought the dude in Saudi. He looked a little sluggish against the dude in Saudi about a year ago, but he still won the fight. And then he just came and he gave it to Canelo. So what is Canelo really going to do? Do you, like you said, do you really go back there and get the same result, if not worse?
I don't think either one has a better option than each other right now.
Yeah.
Because let's put Canelo to the side. Who does Bud fight?
Yeah.
There's
I heard some talk
Boots
about.
Ennis is the only other person I hear his name come up.
Well, I heard Benavidez, but I think Benavidez is too big for Crawford.
Yeah, I don't think he can come that down to 168.
Yeah, I don't think he can go. He was already having problems coming down to 168.
Yeah, he was having problem at 168 when he was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm just saying about what I heard, but you're right. Like this Bootziness,
But they're not as
But-
appealing
but
as
Boot-
them two fights.
Boots is
they're
what,
not.
160 if he's lucky? 154?
And Boots is now looking for that next payday. He wants his accreditation, but he's not in the same conversation with
not even
Canelo. And,
close.
but
You
No.
have to have a draw. You have to have that draw. And
And
right
they
now,
don't have
right, you can't.
There's
You
no
can.
other
We
draw.
can bring up names,
Yeah,
but they don't
there's-
have that draw.
Yeah, there's no other draw.
Because
The-
after you've watched this and then you go to that, it's like going down 2 levels. Let's face it. Even if it's somebody that is top tier, the amount of wins that them two had, the amount of titles, belts, victories that they've been, let's get it. Let's be straight about it, right? Everybody overlooked Crawford. His resume says different. It's not his fault that he was as good as he was and no one beat him. He wasn't. I mean, just look at it, right? So if you were not a avid boxing fan and you kind of followed boxing along the surface, he kind of just, he was always right below the surface. Like, yeah, he's good, but we always had those buts, right? Even in his last 2 fights, right? We thought he wasn't going to be as dominant as he was. So, and moving forward, we're talking about it, but I mean, like Steve said, I think the best option is both of them.
Yeah.
I think they could
for
possibly
legacy and money.
I think that 150 can go up to 175 now.
And Bud can go up to 100 million, which
there you
is
go.
double what he just got, which was triple of his
I
last
still would
payday.
play hardball because why does the champ get less money
Well,
than Canelo?
I'm not saying that he takes
Or
less.
split the purse.
By no means.
At least a split.
Yeah.
It has to at least be a split.
By no means am I going to.
I'm not taking less money than than the challenge.
Somebody I dominate.
Yes.
Hell no.
I'm not.
Hell to the NO. I would look at them as soon as they say it, I just turn and walk away. Because I'm the man who just won. I'm not the man who just lost.
And not to mention the money he's gonna make off endorsements.
That's right.
His endorsements went through the roof.
And that's something he never had before.
Yeah, he was at the football game. He's like the ambassador of everything.
Yeah,
everybody's gonna want to.
No matter where he goes, he's
Yep.
going to win.
Yeah.
He's going to win.
Simply as Bud.
So it's just for and him moving forward. I mean, he holds all the cards.
Well, let's say they do rematch. One thing I'm afraid about, and I think you just touched on it, I didn't see Canelo make any adjustments throughout the fight. He kept getting beat the same way. So what adjustments is he going to make in a rematch? What did he learn? We're going to see the same thing. Bud's going to... You didn't make no adjustments to get better the whole fight.
He's gone so long with charging forward. Canelo has a good jaw himself. He's gone so long with charging forward and hopefully landing something. And I'm not saying that he's not a good boxer and he's not a good fighter. That's not what I'm saying. But he's so used to his method always working. Sometimes you have to adapt. Your running game
Fights
might
make
not
styles.
be working. Yeah, your running game might not. I know I'm changing sports, but your running game might not be working. You got to throw the ball.
Yeah.
Or you got to rely on your defense. Like it's like styles make fights. Thank you, B. It's you got to change. You got to be able to adapt. And for the most part, Crawford still got that. He's always been able to adapt. So I can't see Canelo coming with some new tricks or adapting in another fight. Like I think it might even be worse the second time around.
The thing for him is you just gave his whole aura of fighting. He's a straightforward fighter.
Yeah.
For a guy who's been fighting like that for 20 something years, to say, okay, you're not going to do that.
Nobody made him change. Nobody forced him.
That's just.
Well, Berlanga did. It was a Bivol. It was a bit. Who beat him?
Bivol.
Bivol was just bigger and stronger, and he could withstand that.
He couldn't walk through him.
He couldn't walk.
Couldn't walk through him. Yeah. But if we go back to the money man, right? I see a lot of side by side comparisons. If you, I don't know if you guys witness them, but I've watched a lot of side by sides, and they use the Mayweather roll, and they use the Crawford hand up by the ear. Those are two techniques to, okay, we're going to take some of your power away from you. We're going to be ready for it. But if you go back to that fight and you go and you fast forward to Crawford, it was just a teacher teaching you the basics of fighting, using your weaknesses against you and using your natural God-given talent to just to beat you. I mean, I think whatchamacallit was even worse. He was a lot younger then, but I mean, it's it's the same result. Regardless of what the score said. I mean, it just to me, I look at those scorecards and I'm like, well, what the heck? Well, I don't know what
Somebody missed the fight.
They must have been with me the first 5 fights and said, okay, I'm gonna make it half and half.
Well, this is what I think might have happened. That's terrible.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. I think
How soon you think before we hear a snippet of a month?
A month.
I think it's going to happen rather quick.
I think a month.
Yeah.
I think a month. The reason why I say a month is, once again, I think Crawford is just going to take his time. He's going to,
on tour.
That's right. Why? What do you need to rush for?
He's on tour.
What do you need to rush for? I think he's going to take his time, and I think he's going to devise a strategy.
The longer he waits, the more he gets paid.
That's right.
You got baseball getting ready to go into the playoffs. You might even see me at a WNBA game. The NBA is about to start October.
Yeah.
We'll be throwing out the first pitch.
He's going on tour right now. He's still got football. And he declared the Green Bay Packers as his favorite team.
Well, I don't know. Did he say that?
Yeah, he said it.
Yes, he
said
did.
it.
Him and Little Wayne.
Yes, he did.
That's why he sucks.
Yeah.
They already said it. They already said that they had a Nebraska coach on one of them ESPN thing. They want Bud to lead the team up this weekend.
Yep, that's a motivator right there.
Listen,
only person from Nebraska I know that has that much clout.
You're going to see
that person
a lot more of that favoritism extended towards him, because he is the it guy. He has it.
He's the illest.
No.
Picture, huh?
No. I go back to the old. You got the juice now.
Yeah, exactly. No.
You got the juice now. So yeah, I think,
and I guarantee you, at some point in time, the Saudis are going to be like, "Come on over."
And they got more money than
endless.
They'll make it work.
They're going to send the private jet down to Nebraska and say, "Come on, we need to talk. What are we going to do?" Because he's the biggest draw in boxing. But Canelo's still going to be a big draw because he's Canelo. Yeah.
He's Canelo. Man.
The only way Canelo will not be a draw is if he goes out and he loses to someone right away.
Oh yeah.
Kind of like McGregor. Right?
So basically, Canelo, we won't see Canelo in the Mexican monster next season. That's the fight a lot of people want to see.
He'll listen if Canelo's smart, right? I think if he wants to play his cards right, go out and fight someone, right? Reassert your dominance. Get the confidence back up, not only in yourself, but for the people.
Yeah,
because you were this invincible monster.
Agreed.
You know what I'm saying?
This fight could have been a fluke. We don't know.
According to some of the judges,
nice try. Nice try.
Might have been sipping all day before they. You know what I'm curious about? Derek, I'm going to start with you. Where do you rank Crawford among the all-time greats now? What does this do for his legacy?
I want that day. I think either you or Kevin asked me that night.
I did.
I think I said top 3 of all time.
Does it surpass Mayweather? Never lost, but I think his resume.
Well, he has something. He's done something that Mayweather doesn't. So it's got to bring him. It's got to bring him. It's got to bring him in the same neighborhood.
No other male boxer.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to bring him in the neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's got to bring him in the neighborhood.
So
I was wondering. This did a lot for me to look at him.
But this is the thing right now. He's not done.
Well, yeah.
No, but he's getting close. He doesn't have that many more ways to solidify.
Whether he's close or not, Mayweather's done.
Mm-hmm.
He's not done. So
who's out there that he can improve his mouth?
That's just it.
Just Canelo. That's what we were saying. Like, you got to rematch Canelo. You beat him twice. Well, people were anointing Canelo the greatest fighter of our era.
I have a question.
And he beat him.
They were both. I'm sorry. I didn't know. I didn't know if I was finished. But go ahead.
But you're asking a question though. Can I answer his question?
All right, go ahead.
Like with boxing, it's a little weird because, like you say, Mayweather. Do we consider he's one of the all-time greats?
I believe so.
So
yeah.
now Mayweather fights at what? He's welterweight. So then you get somebody who's the greatest heavyweight of all time. Whether you say Muhammad Ali, you say Mike Tyson, you say whoever you say.
Yeah.
Now, can these two fight each other in their primes? Who wins 10 times out of 10? Is there any way that Mayweather is beating a Mike Tyson if they're both in their prime? So it's always hard. You have to name more than one goal with boxing.
Yeah.
So with all that being said, yes, you have to put Crawford up there as one of the goats. Yes, you have to. Like, there's no other fighter that's done what he's done. You know, it's albeit, but let's say like you got to think of like a Roy Jones who did it in 3 different weight classes, but he wasn't the undisputed champ. But what Roy Jones did to kind of tarnish his images when he went up to heavyweight, he came back down, lost to Tava, and I understood why he lost to Tava. 30 pounds of muscle and 30 pounds of fat. If you lose both, it's crazier to lose that 30 pounds of muscle, and he did it. But then he started to take these charity events and these fights, and he was getting knocked out in them. So a little bit, it tarnished his image a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And then like with somebody brought up a good point about Floyd. Like, yeah, he fought a lot of people, but did he fight Pacquiao after his time? Like, you know what I'm saying? And I can understand that. But then people used to get mad because they said Floyd wasn't a knockout artist. Well, Floyd's the epitome of what a boxer is supposed to be: defense, speed, punches, and volumes. Not everybody's going to come with a knockout. So if you want to watch knockouts, go watch fighting, not boxing. Boxing is just what it is. You're not always going to see a knockout. You might see a crafty fight. You have 2 crafty people and they're fighting and duking it out. But yeah, you have to. At the end of the day, you have to.
You just made me think about something when you said the best fighting each other in their prime, no matter. Crawford and Mayweather in their prime. Who you got?
Depends on what weight they're fighting at.
Well, Crawford started off smaller. Say they fought at.
I was going to say it because Crawford started off at
135.
I think it was like he started off at like 140.
Okay,
and he's right around where Mayweather was. So that's Mayweather when he was younger was hard to hit. So it's that shoulder roll and the chin tuck.
That craftiness of Crawford makes me feel like he'll figure it out.
But you know what I'm saying? It's a good fight. Like I don't know if I'm just gonna answer it this way. I don't know if I'm picking Crawford every single time, but I don't know if I'm picking Mayweather every single time.
Right,
I think he would have a good trilogy. That would have been a good trilogy.
All right, let's put it this way. Now you put them 2 guys at 154 with a Roy Jones at 154. Who are you taking?
Roy Jones.
I take Roy because he has the power difference. The power difference.
Yeah, you just added.
Did Roy fight at 154 or did he start at 160? I don't remember him ever being that low.
Not positive, but
154 is a junior middleweight. He started off at 154.
He did?
Almost Paul, yes.
Okay.
So now that's another argument right there.
Because Roy could do everything. Roy had the power, the speed, and the tactician stuff. Those guys just don't have the power.
If I ever said that one person was the GOAT, it'd have to be somebody who's a heavyweight. Because you can't, even when you want a flyweight fighting a heavyweight,
no,
it's crazy. It's different. Like, so if you wanted to pick one GOAT out of boxing, like Mike Tyson in his prime, I think would beat just about anybody. Like in his prime,
yeah.
Anybody you can think of, like you can say Muhammad Ali, and and it could be Muhammad Ali could beat him. I don't know, but my opinion is Mike Tyson in his prime was a bad man to deal with. He had speed, he had the head movement. It was just crazy.
Power. No, you have to say power. That comes.
Oh, that comes with heavyweight.
He didn't sacrifice no speed with all that power.
Yeah,
that's the crazy part. You didn't even see it coming.
So it's boxing's a slippery slope when it comes to the GOAT of all time. But yeah, you have to put Crawford up there. You have to. That was one of the first things I said when the fight was over because I knew he's the first guy to ever 3 different weight classes, and not just a champ, he's undisputed, which means he had all the belts. And that's another thing with boxing. Get rid of all them damn belts. Make one belt.
Why did he want to give the he'll get his own set. That's right. I was gonna say, why did he give the belts back? You guys saw that?
Yeah.
I was like, but I forgot. Everybody gets their own version. A champion keeps their belt.
Yeah. For me, he's definitely, he was sitting outside the zone. He was sitting outside the zone. He has entered the chat, and he is amongst the elite.
Yeah.
There's no ifs, ands, or buts for me. He knocked down the door Saturday night. He knocked down the door.
But the crazy part about it is like he was what? Number 4, number 5
pound for
pound.
Well, I thought he was going back and forth with him and
Nah.
I know.
Neither one of them was number 1.
No. That like I said, he kicked the door down.
Was it the Japanese dude?
For me, he now sits at the table with many of the GOATs.
Yeah.
He
Right now,
now
because he's
sits
active,
at
he's
the
at
table.
he's a newcomer, but he might be at the head of the table right
Yeah,
now because
yeah.
of what he's done.
Yeah. He was, I'm saying he was
I like Nate Victor's comment because he brought up a good point. Floyd had
He did.
hands.
Yeah, it's up there.
Oh, he did. I'm sorry. And if you notice, after he done, Floyd had a fight where he broke, I think, both of his hands in the fight. And the doctor said the only thing you can do right now, remember when Floyd took the year off, he had to literally take the year off, get surgery, and let his hands fully heal. And I think that was another part of where Floyd's legacy would have came in, because you would have had to, you couldn't have ran them whole fights. I think somebody like Roy Jones would have caught him, and or Crawford, that would have pressed him where, because he, like, if you've seen what's his face with the funny nose there, the Asian looking black guy, what's his name?
Shane Mosley.
Sugar Shane rocked him in that fight.
Oh yeah,
he had to grab him.
Oh yeah, legs buckled, everything.
Yeah, he had to grab him for dear life.
Yes.
Zab Judah rocked
Zab
him
Judah.
too.
Zab Judah got him
rocked him too.
Yes.
And so
Zab Judah's corner.
Yeah. And they're brawling in that fight. Yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, it was a good point, Nate.
Yeah. So in closing, I just I think Saturday night kind of reaffirmed what we all were saying last week. If the we all had the same sentiments and can't really trust Vegas. You have to go out and you have to win the fight. I think he was fighting two fights. I think he was fighting the judges, and I think he was fighting Canelo.
And two judges almost got him.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
So I mean, yeah, that's the overall thing, and there's no rush for him. Take it all in. You've done something that no other man has done.
And here's the thing: he's not going to have to spend a dime.
No matter where he goes,
and no matter where he goes, everybody's whining and dining him. And as he's going to go along the ways, he's going to sign endorsement after endorsement after endorsement. He'll start seeing Crawford on more commercials.
And that's what I'm happy about, because he wasn't getting paid what he was worth because he didn't have the draw for Canelo. But now these endorsements are going to make up some of that money.
Good.
He's going to have sporting endorsements, energy drink endorsements, anything to do sports related. He's going to have them, and that's going to be big money. But congratulations, Bud Crawford. You put in the time, you put in the work, you got the prize.
Yeah. All right. So anyone want to add anything before we close out and move on to the next subject? No.
Yeah, what's the next big fight? Besides this one, what's the next big fight you want to see?
It's already been there's been a big fight at signed, and it was Shakur Stevenson and Lopez.
Tiafoe?
Yeah.
I saw the press conference when he was behind Bud, and Tiafoe stood up there in the press conference.
I think it was set for December or January.
Well, I didn't know it was signed because I thought he said sign the contract.
No,
Did they sign it in the last day or two?
Supposedly they said it was signed.
It was like, I've been waiting.
Okay.
Who was calling that fight? Do you recall?
I think it was new ones because it was on Netflix forum. It wasn't like the people were used to calling fights like, Tava and
Kellerman. Was it Tava and Kellerman?
Kellerman.
Yeah, Max Kellerman. Yep.
Tava and Kellerman.
Yep.
They were really adamant on those two guys who had the draw. They were.
Oh, that was a great fight.
That was
Billy.
Oh my God.
And Billy and the other
Them
guy.
boys came out swinging. They were swinging for the fence.
I was telling
round
about that. I was like, "Yo, he was like, who?" And I was like, "Honestly,
that wasn't even a co-main event.
I
That
know.
was the third fight
That was
before the
yeah.
main event.
Because me and Kevin were watching. Who do you think won? I don't know. These guys are throwing bombs.
Throwing bombs.
So the Guatemalan dude, I forget his name.
And Kevin said, "Remember when you had a tail like that?"
The Guatemalan dude, he just couldn't get Billy off of him. No matter what he threw.
And he hit him with some bombs.
Oh, he was throwing the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
He was throwing everything.
He was walking
Dude
through
just
it.
kept walking forward.
Oh my God.
That's what I mean, he had some great moments, but it never knocked him off his spot.
No, he didn't.
Never knocked him off his spot. And I was saying to myself, damn, are these dudes going to keep doing this for 12 rounds? And they did it and then some. I mean, they went right down to the last 15 seconds. They were just bombs. I listen. I take my hats off to both of them because no one wavered. Nobody,
Backed off.
No, yes.
And the funny part about that fight is we had a bunch of people in the room, a bunch of people talking and talking and talking. I believe it was just me and him that was paying attention because there's one dude that was in the room who wouldn't shut up. I made a bet.
Always that one dude.
I made a bet with him during the fight. I said, I bet $10 you can't shut up for the first 3 rounds, bro.
And that one dude was sitting on the side of me, and he was struggling. He was sitting there playing with his face, like wanting to say something. He'd look over at us.
It had the point. It got to the point where he was just wouldn't shut up. I took my phone and went like this, like I was videotaping him. He's like, yo. It was so funny.
Why your phone pointed at me?
Oh man, he wouldn't shut up, man.
Oh,
we all know who he is too. It's Jeffrey Fufu Korea.
We love you. Fu.
Oh man, that shit was hilarious.
It was.
All right, so switching speeds. We need to dive into the NFL. All right, so week 2 is now in the books. What's the game? I'll start with Kevin, and then we'll just state the game, and then we'll move on to the next person, and then we'll come back and we'll talk.
KC Philly.
KC Philly.
Super Bowl rematch.
Yours too, Steve?
That's the first one that came to mind. But I'm going to say, now, what was the question? What was the best game to watch altogether?
What was the one that caught your most interest? The game that just caught your most interest?
The Colts.
There you go. That's mine too.
Outside of that one, since he said that was my second.
I mean, you got
nobody expected.
If I sat here and said Giants and Cowboys, they'd be like, "Oh, you're biased." But it was really a good game. I had friends hitting me up from here to Cali, like, "Yo, bro, that was a good game." I'm like, "Yeah, it
you like
was.
Offense."
Yeah.
Derek, what was yours?
The Buccaneers Texans.
That was a good game too.
Yeah, I just thought the Texans choked at the end.
Yeah, big plays, giving up big plays. Just listen. As I said last week, I was mocked in my draft at the draft that I overreached for a certain quarterback. For me, right? In the last
Who's
3
your
years,
quarterback? Not everybody knows, so say your quarterback.
Who's the guy that quarterbacks for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers?
Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
All right.
Well,
So
not
I was
everybody knows that.
Yeah,
I know
true.
it, but
that's
I'm just
true.
saying.
That's true. For the people who who aren't, and I obviously, I'm talking amongst us. I should have explained it. But Baker Mayfield, I was mocked in my draft. They said, "Oh, you could have got him in a later round. We thought you reached." And before I took him, I was already thinking. I was, Steve and I were talking, and I was already thinking, I'm like, I'm gonna get me a quarterback now. I'm gonna get me a quarterback now. Right. So as I'm looking at the quarterbacks who are available, I go and I just pull up his stats for the last 3 years. The first thing that I seen was the quarterback. He's a quarterback that has the most touchdowns in the last 3 years.
And
would you ever think of that?
And then they added Ujigba.
Yes.
To their receiving core.
Yes.
And I
already dominated.
Already good.
Their tight end.
Yes.
I know Goodwin's hurt right now. And then you got Mike Evans, who I argue about
Mr.
all the
Consistent.
time. Mr. Consistent. Only guy with 11 1,000-yard seasons. Like,
and then that emerging running game even
it's
more fortifies that because
picture.
their second running back.
In one of my fantasy leagues, I have Baker Mayfield, and I have the same thing. Like, why would you pick him? I'm like, Baker Mayfield's like second or third in touchdowns over the last like 3 years.
Isn't it fantasy? Waiting for him to fall off.
Is
They
it
don't believe
fantasy?
he's going to sustain that.
It's not called what we think of him. It's called fantasy. When you put up those fantasy numbers and you continually do it, I'm gonna pick you until you start putting them up.
Yeah. If Mike Evans wasn't there, the pick before mine, the guy who picked before me in like the 3rd or 4th round picked Mike Evans. I would have picked him because he's Mr. Consistency every single year.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can't go by those dumb things.
What, the rankings?
Yeah.
I don't go with the rankings.
Yo, and I'm in three different leagues, bro. And in 3 different leagues, I'm in first place. And I got D's on all my drafts. I know it's early, but
In contrary, I was picked real good in our league, and I haven't won yet.
The
2 bullies were beating me up the first 2 weeks.
Who have you played this week?
I played bully over here in the blue, and then bully over here in the red.
The
bullied me for 2 weeks.
The one thing everybody will tell you is that I am not a bully.
Bloods and Crips kick your ass.
What's the first thing you said to me when I walked in?
I thought he would say something about that, but he didn't.
What's that?
I am not a bully.
Oh.
One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet.
All right, and the
Sweet,
reason
don't think so.
the reason why I chose the Broncos and Colts when we did our rankings for the Colts, where did we say that they were
Last
going to
place?
Yeah, yes,
Because of who?
because of the quarterback.
Who's
But-
playing unbelievable
come on,
right now.
Come on.
We didn't know
They-
who the quarterback was.
They had that
Yes.
bonehead play at the end of the game and changed the game. You have games like that where you're gonna, like I said, when you got a team
Well,
that's
Well,
predicted
I
for
look
life,
at it this way, right? So if the Colts weren't, I look at it in two different ways, right? We all know the Broncos, their strong point is their defense,
yes,
and
supposed to be.
and the Colts were
Had
doing
no problem with it.
what they wanted to do when they wanted to do it. And now I look at the Giants and I say, wait a second, were the Giants the problem?
Yeah. They have to be.
Were the Giants the problem? Think about it, right? So in his first 3 years, right? His first 3 years, he had two different coaches and two different offensive coordinators.
Where are those offensive coordinators right now?
Yeah,
They
not
both got head
there.
coaching jobs.
Yes. But my thing is, right? Sometimes when you're developing, by no means am I anointing him the next coming of, but you have to look at it, right? Really, when is the last time the Giants had a really good quarterback? You'd have to go back to
Phil Simms.
well, no.
Yeah, because people will say Eli.
Well, no.
Super
But I'm
Bowls.
saying somebody that was that could.
Eli Manning.
Eli Manning was their last good
Yeah.
quarterback, right? We're not talking about what he did over the spectrum of his career. We know that he ended up with a losing record, but so you look at it, right? We all know that what's the best thing for a young quarterback, right? Consistency, right?
Mhm.
Now, when
Good running game.
and a good running game, yeah,
Mhm.
always you always got to have a good running game.
Giants had that at one point.
But well, yeah, and look how that happened, right? Philadelphia's like, thanks for the Super Bowl, but I think poor choices and management with them. I think poor personnel going all the way down the line. We've seen it play out on live time. We've seen Barkley last year. Now, I know it's a short snapshot. We're seeing Danny Dimes. I'm not saying that he is, but if he continues to do this over the course of a season, now we're gonna start side-eyeing the Giants and like, wait, you all might have did something.
And guess what? To that point, Danny Dimes is doing it without any heralded
Exactly.
all pros on his team.
Exactly.
Well,
Well,
his skill position.
he got a great running back.
He does, but the running back, like
Coming off injury.
Yeah,
and
he
he's
wasn't
doing-
expected.
I mean, Pittman's
doing his
not the receiver. Pittman, he's not like top notch, but he's
Yeah.
He's serviceable.
He's very
so is the
serviceable.
white dude, Alec.
Yeah.
What's that dude's name?
Collins. I don't know.
I know he's talking about. I
Yeah.
can't think of his name either.
Right, he's a good big
Yeah.
possession type receiver.
And they have an up and coming great tight end.
Oh yeah, well
Yeah,
he's
they do.
a rookie. He's higher.
Yeah.
He's better. But here's the other thing I thought. Remember in free agency they lost two of their prominent offensive linemen to my team. I said that's going to be hard filling two offensive holes.
And if you guys
And
realize from last year, Indy's defensive line was ridiculous last year.
Yeah,
That
they
was the
put some-
strong part of their team. Like they were ridiculous. They said they had a better defensive line than just about everybody in the league. Like their defensive line was crazy.
Well,
Not
just
the interior linemen, and they would just run stuff.
So just like let's fast forward. Let's rewind 3 years ago. What was their claim to fame? Their offensive line,
yeah,
right?
awesome.
Yep.
It was the offensive.
They
line.
lost two key members of it,
and then it
never
started
missed a beat.
slowly going to their defensive line. But to Steve's point, he's doing it with serviceable players.
Yeah.
He's not
Yeah.
doing it
He
with.
doesn't have a.
He doesn't have a Malik Neighbors.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He doesn't have a Malik Neighbors, right? He's doing it with players that are like obviously riding under the radar.
Absolutely.
Now, if he continues to do this, I mean, Anthony, he might as well forget about a job. I mean, like I said, I know it's a small, but you wasted. I mean, here's a guy that concussions, injuries, questionable decisions that he's made, during the short period of his career. But if Danny Dimes can come in and resurrect his career, a la Baker
Those
Mayfield,
circumstances,
a la Baker Mayfield,
and
right?
Baker had more to work with than him.
Oh, he had
Mhm.
he had the shotgun loaded in Cleveland. he had a good defense. He had a good running back. He had good wide receivers. He had it all. But you know, in
and he still got it loaded with receivers.
yes,
The defense ain't bad. I'm not saying
Yes.
it's Cleveland's defense, but the
No.
defense is not bad.
no. Sometimes it's about timing, right? We look at the transition from Tom Brady. What was the big kid that they? What was the quarterback's name? The big kid, 6'5" kid that they were strong on, that was supposed to take Brady's spot.
Oh,
Uh,
the place was who now? San
Not
Francisco.
Garoppolo.
No.
No, they got rid of
Oh, yeah,
No,
yeah. But then there was
no.
another guy that was
Coming
coming in.
in doing the gritty in the Pro Bowl a couple of years. What was his name?
Yeah.
I think it was in Jacksonville, and I think
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
I can't think of his name.
But
Mac Jones.
Mac
no.
Jones.
they no before Mac Jones. So you remember when Tom Brady left? There was they had
Garoppolo.
no
that
No,
was what's
no.
his face when Tom Brady left.
no it was
The black quarterback. He's with the hat.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton was the quarterback after Brady.
so they had a white quarterback there.
Waiting. in
He was the
wings.
one. He was
Garoppolo,
he,
wasn't it?
That's
no,
what I
Nah, Garoppolo left. Garoppolo
Garoppolo
left while Brady was still there.
Yes, there was still. I can't forget. He was the original draft pick. If you Google it, or when I have time, I'll Google it. He was theirs, right? So then they went through all those other quarterbacks, right? And just look at Mayfield, how he slid in. He went from, obviously from Cleveland to Carolina to
And he did
Los
good with the
Angeles.
Rams.
All right, you remember he flew in from 1 week.
Yep,
He
and
had
a
3
great
days
game.
3 days preparation on a Monday night game and lit it up.
When they lost.
Yeah,
'Cause if they won, Detroit would have went in the playoffs that year.
but I'm saying he lit it up, right?
Ryan Mallett.
Was it?
Ryan Mallett.
Yes, that's what it was. That's what it was. They were strong on him. He lost his job in the preseason. They were looking at him and they were like,
I do remember that now.
because they were like, oh, we're not gonna really go up. And then they were like, let's get somebody for backup, and they got Cam Newton. But sometimes it's all about luck, right? And I think you have to be. You might be able to slide right in. Baker Mayfield just went right, right place, right time. And I think maybe this might be Danny, because let's face it, the talent as far as him running.
Oh, there he is, the guy that wouldn't shut up.
as far as him running, we know he's very talented. He can take off at the drop of a dime. He might get tripped up by the line monster from time to time.
Yeah.
Arm strength is
there.
there.
Yeah.
It's just his questionability, on throws sometimes. Sometimes you look at him and you're like, what the hell
Do
was
you
that?
think that was a product of he didn't have much to go on in when he was with the Giants?
This is what I'm
besides
saying.
getting Malik Neighbors, but then
He wasn't in the fold. He
yeah.
wasn't in the fold.
yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. It might be right place, right time. It might be one of those things.
I like what you said earlier. Bad organization.
Yes.
Because he's in Indianapolis. He saw that writing on the wall. He
Hey,
knew he
fool,
could
you know
go
we're
there.
talking about the bag on the organization.
And
We're talking about the Giants.
maybe they put him in a system that he could thrive in. They didn't ask him to do a lot, but they put him in a position that took advantage of what he did best.
They made themselves look like fools, number one, with the Saquon thing.
Yes.
And then you hit this man some money, and now the following year you get rid of Barkley, and now it's Danny Dimes, and now he's somewhat, it's just game two, but he looks good. I can't even get mad at what they've done.
Well, you got to think about it. Just think about the organization itself.
Yeah.
They call themselves the New York Giants, but they really play in New Jersey. Dumb. That's just dumb.
Well, in 2 weeks, I think they play. Or was it this? Is it this week? They play the Jets. When do they play they played the Jets? 3 weeks, I think they play each other. So who that stadium is going to be a mess. You're gonna have Giants. There's gonna be a lot of drunken fools, a lot of drunken New Yorkers fighting against each
Might
other.
not be no Mr. Fields.
Mr. Fields in concussion right now.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think that we have to look at the Giants.
Look at this giant fan trying to deflect going to Miami.
Yeah,
we're talking about the Giants right now, and you're trying to deflect. You're not a Giants fan, bro.
We have to look at the Giants right now.
Who's a Miami fan that we're worried about Miami?
Yeah, come on.
And
He might be switching.
and talk about
Always
them in a
saying,
way
Tua.
where it's like,
Oh, and
okay,
Tua?
you had Barkley, and then you let him go. Then you had Dimes, and you let him go. Two guys that you were fighting. Who should we give the money? And then 2 years later, they're both gone. How does that happen? So
and then you keep the coach.
Yeah,
And
the GM.
who gave out that money?
Yo, Kev, look, he spelled decon wrong.
Or as the
Come on.
GM, if you want to kind of save your job, you get rid of the coach.
Yes,
Like
the
so
fall
that's
guy.
why I said the coach. You
Fall
got to
guy.
make somebody a fall guy. So they both have jobs. So guess what? They're 0-2 right now.
They're
Not to
both
pound
good.
on the Giants because they have promising stuff going on for them
Yes.
right now. But after the last couple of years, Dable should have been gone, and the GM. I don't even know what the hell his name is, but they both should have been gone. So now what happens after this year if you guys end up at 3-13 or 3-14, whatever it is?
It's looking promising.
Nah, the defense
not for nothing. Not for nothing. They look pretty good against you.
They did.
They
But
did.
then against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They couldn't learn how to play deeper than the deepest. I don't get it, but
And who did they play the first week?
who?
Giant. They played the Redskins.
Yeah, they played the Redskins.
They lost, what, 21-6, I think?
Yeah.
Yes.
They can.
Yeah, they only put up 6 points. They
Yeah.
looked pretty pedestrian, but then they looked like a bunch of all-stars against the Cowboys.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we all said Kevin, you said
KC Philly.
KC Philly. Expound upon it, please.
Everybody's loving what's going on in Kansas City right now, except for Robbie DePina.
and his son Marcel.
So my thing is, though, if you look at both games with KC's the ball is just not dropping their way right now,
Which they've had
in the past. Exactly. So you look at case in example, you look at Travis Kelce. He dropped the touchdown pass basically on the goal line,
and
it would have
caused an interception.
Yeah, and caused an interception, and it would have been a different game if he catches that ball and scores. It's a different game. And if you look at the week prior, I know we're talking about week 2, but you look at week 1. There's a lot of mistakes made in that game. If you take 2 of them back, you could say right now that KC could be 2-0, but they're not. They're 0-2. They play the Giants. It should be a win. But what happens if you looked at their schedule in the next couple of weeks? It's not fun. After the Giants, they play Baltimore.
And it's tough.
And then they play like the Redskins.
It's tough for
They
them
have a
because
tough schedule.
they have 2 key receivers out.
Yeah,
right. But listen, I don't want to hear that.
You're gonna hear it.
You're
gonna hear it
when they come
You're
back.
gonna hear
It's
it.
always going to
Because-
be next man.
Okay, so let's case in point. I'm going to say with the Cowboys, our best defender is on the sideline, and we're going to be on the sideline for the next couple of weeks. Oh, excuse me, our best
Green Bay
defender is now in Green Bay.
Yeah.
But our next best defender is coming off his second straight knee injury. Because you can't say it's Diggs because he's terrible. You could say it's Bland, but where's Bland again on the side? So we have 3 or 4 starters out. So are you telling me that the Giants game was a fluke? No, I don't believe that. The Giants came to play, and technically, if you don't have 5 freaking offside penalties and a couple other penalties, that could be a different game. Like it really can. I'm just a realist about it. But so let's get back to Philly and KC. It's just, but Philly has been consistent. Even when they beat the Cowboys week 1, they've just made the least amount of mistakes and stayed consistent to who they are. They have a great offensive line, great players, but with KC, like that championship pedigree is still there. But if they don't get their offensive line in check, it might be a long year for KC. And with that schedule coming up, it's going to be
Do you think it's
tough year.
Do you think it's time to panic?
Yeah,
Be concerned.
Yeah,
If
I'd be
you're a
concerned.
KC fan,
Do you think
Your Hall of Fame tight end dropping passes. You got Mahomes out there running for his life and lowering his shoulder into people that he shouldn't be.
Yeah,
more than once.
More than once.
So the one thing that I will say, and we've witnessed this. I want to say, was it 4 years ago, where they were slightly above 500 after I want to say, I think it was 9 games or 10 games. Go back to a point in which Derek said, I think help is on the way. If they can weather the storm, win the games that you're supposed to win. Stay close, just as they have in the last 2 games, and hope that the ball does go your way. I think if they can get to like I'd say week 8 and they're reveling around 500 or better, I think they, as long as you got Mahomes, with a
Yeah, you
help
have a
coming
chance
back.
when you have a Hall of Fame
I
quarterback
don't think
actively
I
playing
don't
in the league.
I'm not of the firm belief that you panic right now. If they were to lose next week, then I might want to just
All right, but think about it like this, though. This is what you got to put in perspective with this KC team. Week 1, they played a really good team in the Chargers.
Yes,
better than expected.
And then week 2, they played the Super Bowl champs. It's not like they're losing to bums.
No, and that's
and getting blown out.
And they only lost by 3 points.
And that's my point.
With help on the way.
My point is, if you had all hands on deck and you were playing this way, there might be cause for concern.
Yes.
Now, when you get those players back in the foreseeable future, I know it's still 4 weeks away, 4 plus. At least you have that in the back of your mind saying, well, we should be better. We should be improved.
And who knows? What's the dude's name? Doctrine? What's the receiver name that he kept overthrowing on them bombs? The rookie.
Doxson?
Was it?
Doxson?
Doxson.
Yeah.
They might get on the same page soon. If they get on the same page.
So after week 4,
tough.
this is assuming, we can't assume anymore though, they're 1-3. They play Jackson. They played, like I said, the Giants, Baltimore next. They go to Jacksonville week 5. And they play Detroit. And then they play Vegas. And then they play Washington. The fortunate thing about them 3 games I just named, they're all at home.
Yeah.
They're all at home. So I'm not saying like we're in absolute panic mode, because you said it yourself. You're hovering around 500. Because towards the end of the schedule, it lightens up a little, not much, but it lightens up a little.
The thing that I see with that division that I forgot to add, I think that division, you're going to have teams beating each other up.
Yeah. Everybody got better.
You're going to have teams beat. I don't think it's
Nobody's
going
afraid of
to.
that
So
Baltimore
obviously we did stick with our guns when we made our predictions. We said that there's not going to be no runaway in with that division, that they may get overtaken. Not by much, but there's going to be a couple of teams that are going to say, hey, listen, I'm ready to take the handoff.
The Chargers and the Broncos?
Yes, I'm ready to take the handoff. So now you look at it, right? You look at it in the Chargers, what are they, 2-0?
2-0.
Yeah.
So they're the only ones that are 2-0. Everybody else is either 1-1 or 0-2. So it's only a 1-game difference, a 2-game difference.
There's only one team that's 0-2 in that division.
There's only it's a 2-game difference, because a 3-game difference now when you look at it, because they lost head to head.
Every coach in that division has
As
at least gone to a Super Bowl.
Yes.
And I'm going to say
3 of them have won it.
Yes.
When you talked about should we panic yet with Kansas City, I say not panic, but be concerned.
Yes.
Because we know help's on the way. But the other thing I think too, they did start off with a tough schedule. Their running game hasn't got to where it should be, because I don't think Pacheco trusts himself coming back from that injury yet. When he can give them some type of contribution in the running game, but they're not so pass reliant, you add the running game. You add the help on the way, and the easiest, well, not the easiest schedule. You said they still got
his thing is he's a physical
yeah.
running back.
I don't think he has his confidence yet,
because you don't see it in him.
He doesn't trust it. He came back late in the year, and he doesn't trust it.
He's in like that Marion Barber mold where he wants the contact, and you see as the game goes along, it works, because guys are not coming up to tackle him anymore up high anymore.
Nah, I don't know.
And that works in his favor. He's a physical.
When he finds his comfortable, when he finds his confidence, and now
Absolutely.
he hasn't contributed either game. So that's another underlining theme that I say, hey, help's on the way, because he's there, but he's not all the way there.
And they got a
then
good
you got the
backup
wide
running back.
receivers.
They have a good back.
Yeah, Kareem Hunt.
They do.
And we know about their defense already. Their defense is improving all the
And
time.
another thing, I don't think any of us have said anything with all that. The offensive line is still questionable.
They lost Dooney.
Yeah, they're still in shambles. And that's another thing, more so than I think over everything else. The injuries, coming back from injury, I think the offensive line needs to get more cohesiveness, and they need to play as a unit, or you're going to see them continue to struggle throughout the year, even with guys coming back from suspension, being hurt, whatever it is. That offensive, because you've seen it in the Super Bowl with a healthy team last year, they couldn't do a damn thing against Philly. And now, like, they're Nobody wants to see them in the Super Bowl again in the AFC. I'm not talking about fans. I'm talking about the AFC alone. Is like, you know what, Mr. Mahomes in KC, we almost said KFC.
You hungry?
We're tired of you. We're going to have a collective effort to get you the hell out of here. So every time they come to play somebody, they're almost on the level of where Philly. They're the hunted still. Yeah. You know, they've been in the Super Bowl way too many times. And I don't think Buffalo and or Baltimore is like, nah, the hell with them. It's going to be one of us rather than them.
Yeah. Derek?
I had said the Buccaneers and the Texans.
That was a good game.
Yes.
But I don't think CJ Stroud is the answer for the Texans.
I think losing that offensive line.
Even last year, again, we say with the injuries, but CJ Stroud from year 1 to year 2 was a big drop off. And yes, I guess in this case, and I don't really go with this, you could say the injuries to receivers because like all 3 of their main receivers were hurt at one point in time last year. But I tend to agree with Derek. I said it. Let's see once we get him on film. And you might see that with Jaden Daniels this year because that's already starting too. He hasn't looked good in certain games. And this is not saying that he can't recover or CJ Stroud. I know it's only week 2, but with the eye, you're just like, this doesn't look like the same guy.
No surprise element now because of that.
Yeah.
Having film.
Yeah.
We're going to take away what we know he can do good. Show us another way to use it.
Not only is it film, it's better competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People seem to forget. Listen, you make the playoffs, you're going to be playing playoff level teams.
And what? And the Redskins were in the most games won by what?
That's right.
Like 3 points.
Single point.
Yes. Points or whatever.
So that's the thing. You know, a lot of people are fooled. And, me for one, I looked at what Kevin just said about how the ball went their way. All right. You're not going to have miraculous throws 60 yards to end the game all the time. It's not going to happen. Right. But that's the thing. I think it's a combination of things for these, second-year quarterbacks. It's the, improved competition because you did do well last year, albeit you won who was in front of you. But now you're going up to the next tier.
Yeah.
All right. So your competition level just got pushed up 5 notches.
Yep.
Can you bring it? People are they're gonna have film on you, and they're gonna see tendencies. It's up to you now. Can you adjust to what they're doing against you? For me, there's I said it. I don't want to toot my own horn. I said it for the Commanders. I said I don't see them being the team they were last year.
Toot it, beep beep.
Yeah.
Toot it.
And not for that, they got rid of their big running back for a rookie that hasn't proven himself.
Oh, he hasn't done a damn thing yet.
Yeah.
Somebody has him on fantasy and wanted him back.
Who's that?
Somebody. The person ain't saying nothing.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Oh, you talking?
Oh no! I thought the screen was frozen. I thought the screen was frozen. Just in the middle.
Make sure I didn't.
He's buffering. He's buffering.
Well, it's gonna get a little more frozen because now we got to go over to the games that we didn't think were going to go the way in which they did. And Steve, sorry to say, I did not.
Wait a minute. I'm gonna just bring it back. See if we get some deja vu. There was only one team on this panel that hadn't get a win last week.
That was true last week.
But it reversed this week.
Quarterback got hurt.
You had a lot. Listen,
That might help us.
JJ McCarthy still in his NFL career has had one good quarter.
Yes.
And that was against the Bears. Who are now what?
Wait, who
almost beat y'all? Come on. Need more information.
No, so the way I look at it, right?
A lot of injuries in Minnesota.
Even if he hadn't gotten hurt, he wasn't playing well to begin with. I think the getting hurt, you can use that as a crutch. But as Kevin said, as Kevin said, we've only out of the 8 quarters that he's played now, we've only really seen one good quarter.
And he scored 2 touchdowns in that quarter?
3.
Yes.
He scored 3 touchdowns?
3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
He ran for 1 and threw for 2.
Yeah,
Brought him back.
He did. Yep.
So in looking at that game, if you would have said 22-6 Falcons, I probably would have said
no touchdowns.
Yeah, no touchdowns. I probably would have
They had
said
5 field goals.
Five
Then they
field
got
goals.
a
And
courtesy. They got a touchdown at the end.
at
But
the end.
I would have said you're probably smoking, seeing how he finished off his last game. Had all the confidence in the world, had your number one wide receiver saying things are only going to get better. And they went in the opposite direction.
Yeah, because he knew he was going to get hurt.
So they went in opposite direction. So where do you go from here, Steve?
well, 2 things I want to touch on. Don't want to use him as a total excuse because McCarthy's been sucking it up. But he didn't have Darisaw. We know Addison was suspended. Jones got hurt. He doesn't have enough talent to overcome those obstacles. So that made it even harder
Yep.
because he's not getting the protection you don't have from Darisaw, who would have given him a half a second more time in the NFL is a lot. But we had a ton of people out on defense too with Van Ginkel and Cashman and Harrison Smith. But the defense held up 2 weeks in a row. The defense has shown up 2 weeks in a row. The offense is way behind. And I just don't think McCarthy is ready. He's not developed enough to be a consistent NFL quarterback.
So you got Wentz stepping in?
I'd rather see the rookie Brosma from Minnesota because
But who are they going to go with?
they're going with Wentz.
Oh, they're going with Wentz.
But if he shits the bed early, I wouldn't be surprised if they put Brosma in the
So what
second
happens
half.
if Wentz shows his ass in the next 2 weeks?
Then McCarthy's going to have to sit and wait his turn because if he gets that offense moving, you can't just throw him back. You
Because
can't.
now, you remember this is the last.
They'll have
week.
Addison.
Yep,
Yep.
last week of his suspension.
And
So
Darisaw is coming back this week.
what is better than to have a 1B on the field when you got the Justin Jefferson on the field? Because now you have to be kind of true to form on the defense. You can't always double team this man. And then when you do, you leave Addison one-on-one, and he's a beast.
Yeah.
So it's now we're going to see what he's really made of. But I would have liked to have seen McCarthy with a full.
Yes. And that's why I said I don't want to
weapons.
make excuses, but that's as far as the excuse. He hasn't shown me the development I thought I was going to see, but he's missing a lot of key pieces. And also, that bad guy that Derek traded to us hasn't shown up for the whole season yet. That tight end that we got from them.
Wait, I thought he was God's gift from
He was. I thought so.
He was
I thought
happy,
so.
he was happy as pig as
And that
shit.
should be a.
But then you hit him with that low blow in the knee, and he hasn't been the same.
Tight end, always.
Your tight end is your safety.
I thought he'd be the safety net
Running
with
back
McCarthy.
one.
I don't think
He
it's
hasn't
running
shown up.
back
one.
one. I think it's more so McCarthy's fault because every rookie and everywhere I've ever gone, your safety valve,
Check down.
your check down is your tight end.
Especially when you don't have an Addison.
Yeah.
So he has to be your number 2 because they're double
And
teaming
then
Jefferson.
where's Adam Thielen been? He's a seasoned vet.
So he might not know.
His playbook's different.
The playbook could be different, but at the same time, them routes haven't changed. Just tell me what route. So if Jefferson's in the huddle and he's versing that offense, you're running the
He's
go.
also on the decline. Yeah, he's a
He
veteran.
is, but he's still a veteran.
I think Hawkinson
him-
should be used a lot more, and I thought Jordan Mason should be used a lot.
But he doesn't
more.
go to. I haven't seen him really go at Hawkinson either.
No, he hasn't tried to. And that's on him.
Oh, that's
But
what I said.
Hawkinson
That's what Kevin-
maybe isn't beating people.
Nah,
He
I
doesn't
don't
get
believe
open.
that. I watched the film the other day where somebody broke it down, and he's just like, this is what it reminded me of, where they showed Hawkinson open a few times where McCarthy didn't go through his progressions and just kind of had happy feet and made a bad pass or forced it somewhere. So if he did go through his progressions, and he did, I would give him credit. So I'm going to go both ways with it. Like there was sometimes he made some good plays and some good throws, and then there was times where he didn't trust the process and had left Hawkinson wide open and didn't even attempt to throw him the ball, nor look his way on a few occasions.
And another safety net he's not using, Aaron Jones is very effective catching the little short pass and turn it. Didn't use him. Now he's hurt. But that's going to force us to run the ball more. I don't think they're going to turn Carson Wentz loose and let him throw the ball 30 times.
Well, at least you have somebody who's a seasoned vet and knows what he's doing.
But I bet you we're going to get a heavy dose of the run with Jordan Mason. And
He's
now
actually-
with Darisaw back, they're going to run more.
Oh, Mason's
because the
look good when
defense
he's
is
running the
showing
ball.
up.
I guarantee he's going to use that tight end more.
Yeah, I guarantee you.
He might use the tight end.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
But your MO is your receivers.
It is, but right now we're not capable of utilizing them. We don't have
I
somebody
think you're
that
going to
can
see
get
a
them the ball.
big difference with Wentz in there. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, you're crazy. Watch. You're going to see a difference.
I just don't know how much he's played lately because didn't he sit all year last year? So he hasn't been game tested in over a year.
So his arm is healthy.
Yeah, but I don't know if his concept of the game, his ability to lead a
TBD,
team.
to be determined.
Yeah.
We'll
Like,
see.
didn't you picked him up at the end of?
Yeah, we traded Howell to Philly and picked him up.
Yeah, so
I don't even know where he came from. Where was he the backup last year?
KC.
Was it Casey?
Oh,
It was KC was
not
one of
many
the
people
stops.
playing over there.
KC was one of the stops because I remember I had Mahomes had got hurt during a certain point last year, and I'm in some dumb league with 2 quarterbacks on your. I hate that league. I picked up Costas Fuentes from KC. That's the only reason why I knew that.
The official word on McCarthy. What are we looking at?
High ankle sprain. 2 to 4 weeks.
2 to 4.
4 weeks. He's probably out because he's a little bitch.
I say depending on how Wentz plays, depends on.
He couldn't wait to throw that in there, right? He couldn't wait to throw that.
If Wentz doesn't do good, he'll try to come back for the 3 weeks.
Wentz
plays well, he'll stay out the whole 4 weeks to say it was an injury.
Yeah, if Wentz plays well, he wants to try and get back as soon as possible.
Let me answer this question. When do you play Detroit? Later
Middle
on
of the season and then end of the season. I want to say like week 7 or 8, and then again at like week.
All right, so there's a good chance that he might be back. That's 5 weeks.
I hope he's back.
I just say, thank God we're playing a team that's in the same boat as us with backup quarterbacks this week because
they
have no defense. So we might. Consequence is playing against a team with no defense. If we lose this week, I don't know what else to say.
They were saying whoever has a better receiving game, should be the best receiver in the league because they both have no.
Listen,
you play Cincinnati. That's right.
Yeah,
they're going through what we're going through, except they have no defense.
No defense.
And it's in Minnesota.
Week 9.
Yeah, I knew it was like around week 8.
Week 9.
Yeah. And then later
I'm surprised you didn't know that off the rip.
Well, we'll be at full strength by then, barring any more.
You hear that, Derek?
No,
no, I don't want to stoke the fire.
I'm not worried about it.
All right, so listen, not getting on you. That was a game that didn't go as well. I can flip the tables and look at Dallas. I mean, if you look,
but Dallas did play good. They
didn't defensively.
Not defensively, but
defensively they were
scoring points against a good defense.
Defensively, they were
giving offense. We are who they thought they were.
Yeah,
they give up the long ball.
Yeah,
they give up the long ball.
Yeah.
But wait a second, you gave up the same long ball against the same seam route that they ran 3 different times to 2 different players.
We watched the game together,
Yes.
and in overtime, what
Deeper
did I
than the
say?
deepest.
New safety in the middle of the
Yes.
field. I kept pointing it out. They took out Wilson and I think put in Hooker. I'm like, bro, like you gotta go. And then I've heard it a million times. Deep is the deepest, wide is the widest.
Yes.
And you guys are sitting there pointing the fingers at each other and then arguing on the sideline. And we, a defensive coordinator, have been like, it's your fault. Let's get it back. You are the deep man. Like it's very simple.
Listen,
and he's a professional.
I watched the breakdown. It was both of their faults. All right, because so Diggs, they're playing zone, so he has to stay in front of his guy. Number one, he has to get back a little more, a lot quicker. He got caught looking inside both times.
What's Diggs' MO?
He wants to get the interception.
He wants to get the interception.
He got
He's
caught.
known to jump routes all the time.
And both of those times he got caught looking inside
Because he wants
as
that.
the guy runs by you.
Instead of playing it safe on a thing like that, you let Robinson run by you one time. Neighbors just flat out beat him.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it wasn't even a thing on.
No, it was Edom.
Yeah,
It was Edom.
because he touched his face.
Yes.
But there was one time that Neighbors did beat him because Neighbors had 2 touchdowns. Remember,
Yes.
one on Elam, one on Diggs, and it
Yes.
was just like you guys are awful.
But
But it doesn't matter who the defensive coordinator is. They've always been like that in the last couple of years, where you guys don't know where you're supposed to be, or you're cheating and just being selfish. I call it being selfish.
They want to go for that pick.
Yeah.
They want to be on the leaderboard for
Yep.
Yeah. So that's going to work against them no matter how the season goes, because teams are looking at this and they're like, wait a second, that's easy. We're going to try this. We're going to try it. We're going to try it until it works. So that game didn't go like I thought.
Who do you guys have this week?
I watched them, Chicago. I watched them. I watched the Giants against the Commanders the week before, and they couldn't put left foot over right foot. And I was
They look
thinking
like Super Bowl champs against us.
Yeah, I know. I was thinking that it was going to be a get right game for the Cowboys. Like, it's going to be, a game where, looking at a
What
team.
is he rambling on about?
Looking at a team.
34 messages.
Looking at a team
Good job.
that you're supposed to put down, you didn't. You play. Obviously, you kept going back and forth with them, and you kept giving them hope all the way to it's overtime. If Russell doesn't throw that ball up for grabs,
that was stupid.
Yes, it was.
The MVP of your team right now is your kicker.
Yeah. So if you don't throw that,
never lied.
If you don't throw that ball up, then there's a chance that they lose that game because all they had to do was get into field goal position. We went past the one possession. It was at that point it was sudden death.
You know who the 1B MVP of that game was? Hudson, offensive tackle for the Giants, left tackle. He was 1B for the Cowboys. He was another MVP for us. It was-
I thought you were gonna say the holder.
No. Oh no, he jumped off sides like 3 times, like 2
Oh yeah,
times
in a row.
In a row.
Number 55.
And then he got taken off.
And
And well, they attempted to take him off, and the offensive line coach was like, "Are you crazy? The guy we're gonna put in ain't ready for that." So they left him in, and then eventually the head coach overruled it and they took him out. And he was on the sideline trying to fight people. Like,
Yeah,
bro,
I missed that because
Yeah.
we got there.
Yeah.
I missed that.
I'm like, bro, what
I
is he
heard it.
doing?
I heard it in transit. I heard it in transit. But I missed that whole episode.
That's crazy.
But that game didn't go the way I thought it was going to go. I mean,
No,
we're sitting
neither.
pointing at Steve, but we're in the same boat. It just anybody else got a game that they
honestly, I thought after seeing the way that the Bears played the Vikings, and the way we played against Green Bay, I thought that my game was going to be a lot closer than what it was.
Yeah,
especially the way it started out. It started out back and forth, and then the real Detroit Lions just showed up.
He played the Bears.
What do you think you did exceptional this week? What do you think was the reason why?
Line play.
Offensive.
There was more communication with the line.
I thought the passing game definitely stepped up.
Hutchinson
that starts with the line.
I think last week Hutchinson was feeling it out. I think he got back to his old self, and I think not so much just with the sack. It's just people don't realize how important the pressure is.
Yeah.
And just him being disruptive, because that's the things I watch for. I watch the offensive and defensive lines, because to me that's where the game is won and lost. If you can control that line of scrimmage, you're ahead of the game and before a W. So Hutchinson got more active, and he showed who he is. It's just like Crosby when he plays. He didn't necessarily get a sack, but they're active and they just wreak havoc. And it's the worst thing of all. Like Micah Parsons comes off the ball so fast and them pressures, it's ridiculous. And that's what the Cowboys are lacking. But signing Clowney,
it's a sound good signing, but if you look at his production over the last 3 to 4 years,
he's never had 10 sacks in a season.
It's nothing.
It's
overrated.
8.5.
It's a lot of.
I was talking about this with somebody. He might have peaked at like his freshman year of high school and got no better after that. And I'm not saying he's not a good pass rusher, but you need somebody, a game changer, like the 3 guys I just mentioned. And I know I didn't mention Myles Garrett, but the 3 guys I just mentioned, you need a game changer like that, and you'll always be a threat with some pieces around him, of course.
All right, can we talk about the injury bugs?
Where you want to start? Because Burrow has to be the first.
Yeah. We'll start with Burrow. Everybody,
and it didn't look like much when I saw him go down.
Everybody.
Worst injuries of all. It could end his career.
That's
how bad it is.
Everybody was raving about them getting off to a particularly quick start and now having to look back. But they, in all that conversation, they forgot to mention that injury could interrupt and disrupt a team's chemistry at any time. And boom, here we are. We're witnessing it right now. It has to be disheartening because they started off good. And then you look at it, you're 2-0, and you're saying to yourself, you know what? Yeah, hold on, we ain't got no quarterback. It's like a feel good lump in your throat.
They still put up 31.
Yeah. Browning came in and did what he had to do as a backup. That's why I say they don't go out and try to sign like a Kirk Cousins and eat that big contract. Browning's been there for 2 years. He knows the system. He showed promise last week. At least I wouldn't go out right away. I'd give him a couple of weeks.
He has receivers that can go get it,
and he has some type of relationship with him, and he already knows the playbook rather than bringing somebody.
And they have a good
running game.
The only problem with that team is, even with Burrow, is their defense sucks.
They do.
Yeah,
that's what I'm banking on this week. That we can outscore them.
Yeah,
even if we just ran the ball all day, they can't stop the run.
There's some things.
I know my defense will keep it close.
There's some things that change. The seasons change, but something. There's always one thing that's always prevalent in Cincinnati. It's their non-defensive ways. Yeah. We know what they're capable. We know how many bullets they got in the gun offensively, but defensively, that's another story.
You see where all their money went?
Yeah, it went on their receivers.
On the receivers, and their quarterback, one of the highest paid.
Now they raised to Hutchinson.
Yeah. It's just one of those things where if you happen to be a Bengals fan, you're happy, but you're like, what
They
the
might
hey?
be. They might be a seller coming down the stretch.
Yeah. Well,
Who they going to sell?
It's
A defensive end.
I don't know. That's something to
he's
watch.
only a 1 year contract right
And
now.
that's why I
It's
wouldn't want
something
to
to
trade
watch.
unless he's a playoff team, because you got no years left on that contract.
And to be honest, he's probably that contract he has now with the Rays is probably his last big payday. Because
Yes.
he's what, 31, 32?
31.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who else? So we had a couple of few
Jaden
quarterbacks.
Daniels, what's his status?
We had a few quarterbacks. So yeah, and you know what the weird part about it was? How come we didn't hear anything right afterward? Why did it take?
I did. I heard it Monday, and some rumblings of him having a knee issue. And Dan Quinn is quoted as he'll play when he's 100% healthy. So
Yeah, you have to take your time. That's the face of your franchise.
That's,
right?
that's
You don't
that's
mess
the
around with that.
garage,
Yeah,
man.
wait,
Going-
hold on.
Yeah.
You don't do what you did with the other good quarterback that you thought you had, IG3. You don't run him out there. You don't do that. If you didn't learn from that, you'll never learn, right? So you have to take your time. He is not a overly big guy. He's tall, but he's slender.
He's lanky.
He's lanky.
Lanky
yes. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Like,
6'5" small forward.
But yeah, you have to take your time. There's it's week 2. No one's gonna win a division or a Super Bowl in week 3, or week 4, or week 5 for that matter. You can take a couple of L's and then reassess, but there's no rush, especially with him. So it was him. It was McCarthy, Burrow, Fields.
Concussion, right?
Yeah, he's already ruled out though.
Yeah. You have to. So with the concussion protocol, you have to pass in a certain time. It's not like you go, okay, well, we check you on Sunday. They don't do that anymore. There's a protocol, concussion protocol. If you don't meet the standards, between day 2, day 3, and you don't progress, then boom.
I guess there's a grade for it as soon as you go in concussion protocol. And if that doesn't improve like the next stage dramatically, you're done. They're already calling it.
Yep. With the whole CTE thing, they don't want to be liable for anything and moving forward. Everything's out there, the data's out there, everything. So now teams are, but then again, you wonder, because you look at Tua. You say, wait, hold on, pump the brakes. So there's some comparison and there's some contrast. Who else?
They're talking about Purdy coming back this week already.
I can't see that.
I mean, either.
That's another thing.
Early.
That's what I heard.
That's another thing. I wouldn't rush him back. I'd rather play on the edge of being safe than being sorry.
And it's still early.
Yeah, it's week 3.
As long as you get to the playoffs, you don't have to do it in week 3.
That was the talk.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's true or anything, but that's
that
what
might
I heard.
be more of a risk than what it's worth.
Yeah. Who else?
For quarterbacks, I think that might be it. But there was like 5
quarterbacks. Yeah. And all obviously,
And then to add insult to injury, in Washington, they lost Austin Eckler for the year, so now they have to rely on the rookie.
Yeah.
He's more the running. Well, I think he catches the ball a little bit, but I know that was Eckler's special.
But whenever they had a passing down, they took him out.
Right. And that helped Daniels a lot to have that little safety net. Him and Ertz. You want to talk about safety nets? He uses his safety nets very well.
So we witnessed him get hurt last year at the end of the year before the playoffs, right? He got hurt. He was concussed, wasn't he?
Who? Eckler?
Eckler.
Yeah,
he was concussed.
Yep.
And now, see, this might be it for him.
Yeah, it's an Achilles.
Yeah, this might be it for him.
Yeah. I said that when we found out. He might be all done.
This might be it for him. I mean, I'm wishing him well, but I mean,
with the
age, it's not promising, and the position, it's not promising. Not everybody could be a Frank Gore.
Yeah,
there's not too many of those stories. But I wish him well, but this could spell the end for him. Looking forward, games next week. Looking forward to the games next week.
Oh, I was looking forward to my game until both quarterbacks decided to not be taking part in this.
Yeah, you got the battle of the backups.
Rams and Eagles.
That's a sneaky good game.
I honestly,
so
if it wasn't in Philly, I would have took the Rams to win.
So listen, I'm not gonna listen. I was the only one that made the prediction and said the Rams. For a and when we talked about NFC,
Yeah.
I'm not going to pull back from this. I think the Eagles are doing everything just to be able to win. There's going to come a point in time where that luck is going to run out. It may not happen this week, but I think if you see a good game,
their quarterback hasn't thrown for over 150 yards yet.
he barely threw for over 100 yards.
I don't think they have a
Hurts had 100 and
No. We're talking about
Hurts.
Yeah, Hurts only had 101 yards last week.
You didn't hear what you call talking smack to him? He's
Was it
like,
a
you didn't
passing
even have
touchdown?
100 yards. He's like, yeah, we won the effing game though.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's gonna come a point in time where the ball's not gonna bounce their way. What I'm looking for from the Rams is just the competitiveness.
No, but the crazy part, they were talking about the Eagles' offensive line being one of the best. That Rams defensive line is one of the best. That's going to be a battle. That's going to be a battle.
And let's not sleep on those wide receivers.
Yeah. Mr.
Stafford forget about Devontae there along with Pika.
Mr. Stafford
This is why they were my sleeper team.
Yeah.
This is why they were my sleeper team. I'm just eager to see. Even if they don't win this week, I want to see them be competitive. I don't want to see a blowout.
No,
I don't think it's going to be a blowout either. But I want to see them either be very competitive or win.
I think the Rams have a good chance of winning this game.
Yeah,
mine's is the Cardinals and the Niners.
Oh, that's always a rock'em sock'em.
Always a good.
It's always a rock'em sock'em. It's a divisional game.
They're both 2-0.
Both 2-0.
It's a divisional game.
Yep.
I think this is why they want to bring Brock back.
And let me add one thing to this. Right, every year,
Cardinals get them.
Every year, the Cardinals get them.
Is it in Arizona or in San Francisco?
San Francisco.
But I don't really care.
It doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
It's always a good
They're
game.
not the Niners 2-3 years.
No, not even close.
Yeah.
Not even close.
So
It's a
and
divisional
the
game.
Cardinals got them 2-3 years ago.
Yes. Every year, I watch every year because something for as much as we talk about them getting the 49ers. There's something about when he plays the Cowboys.
Yeah. He's from Dallas.
Yeah,
kid.
he's from Dallas.
Yeah.
He hasn't lost in Texas Stadium
No,
ever.
hasn't.
He's undefeated.
Yep.
But going back to that, it's a divisional game, and it always makes for some good football because the game is never really decided to the final minutes.
Yeah.
Final minutes.
At least to the fourth quarter.
Yes.
You're looking for some fireworks in that
Yes.
fourth quarter, and that's what you want.
Yeah, I forgot all about that one. But one I'm looking forward to is the Broncos and Chargers because the Broncos are going to be mad coming off a loss.
Yeah.
The Chargers haven't lost yet.
Bullshit loss, too.
Yeah. But what way to get right to take over, beat a team in your division that got off to a fast start?
Yep.
That's in LA.
It's in the Chargers, but the Broncos can't lose 2 in a row. They're going to come out. That defense is going to challenge them. The defense didn't play the way it should last year. I think they'll be back on track. But I like what I've seen from the Chargers. So I think that could be a very interesting 4 o'clock.
Chargers receiving core is playing
Lance McConkey.
Keenan Allen's back at home.
Quentin Johnson is the guy that's stepping up.
Yeah, but then you still got Keenan Allen back at home. It seems like he ain't never missed a
I
beat.
think he's the stabilizing force.
He
Like,
is.
he might be helping Quentin Johnson more
without
than
a doubt.
anybody.
Without a doubt.
It's like having an assistant coach on the side. Because I've been doing this for
everybody-
years, my boy.
Everybody thought that Johnson was a bust, but he got
played
3
well.
touchdowns right
Yeah,
now.
yeah. He's playing well.
He's killing it.
And the marquee game. Derek, I'm surprised you didn't jump out.
Well, we said this best Sunday.
Possible Super Bowl preview. Possible Super Bowl preview.
I said this week. Lions Ravens. Lions Ravens.
Possible Super Bowl preview.
Yeah, because you got to get through
I
Philly.
didn't say that it was the Super Bowl.
No, he
preview.
laughed at me.
Listen, it's a
I laughed
possible
because
Super Bowl preview.
You thinking the Vikings going to be there?
No, I said from the AFC, meaning I think Baltimore has a better chance than Detroit does to get to the Super Bowl.
Baltimore's not a gimme either. You
No,
still have
yeah.
Buffalo. You still have KC.
Still have
KC isn't
still
dead
wanting to
yet.
throw in that dig, regardless. So yeah, I'm laughing at you for throwing in that dig. Ha ha ha.
Remember, I said you're going to lose by double figures.
Whoa.
Okay? Just remember,
Ooh.
and that's an honest opinion.
Wait a
Not
second.
throwing a dig.
Wait a second. I like to see some type of bet.
Yeah, you read my mind. I was getting ready to say that when you said, "Wait a second," I waited for you.
I
I
like
was
to see
just
some
like,
bet made
"We
here.
need like a 6-pack, a meal. We need a
Derek,
bet over
for
here."
Derek, you need
Derek
more than a
both
6-pack.
Way past 6 packs.
You better dive into the 12-pack.
I really drank like that.
Yeah.
I really
Wings.
drank
We
like
need a bet or something over here.
that.
A jersey.
I like be a
A
cigar.
jersey.
That don't smoke.
Yeah.
It can't be a jersey because he got no thing in this. He's gonna win. What am I gonna wear? A Baltimore jersey?
I don't know.
Ooh.
It's Baltimore Lions. He's
Oh,
talking
I
about.
thought you meant for me. I'm like, I don't.
All right,
I
let's-
do have a Ray Lewis jersey.
Just for curiosity, what are our predictions score-wise on this game? Honest, not trying to stick it.
31-17.
Yeah, it's gonna be a high.
Hey, that's more than 10 points.
Wait a second. Where is it at?
Because I assume
M&T
it's in
Bank
Baltimore.
Okay, Baltimore. All right. So right then and there,
31-17.
right then and there, I'm going to go with the Ravens. Now, if you have to ask for a score, I am not. I think it's going to be fireworks for score because I am not sold on the Ravens defense.
Neither am I.
I am not
It's
sold on
gonna
the
be a high
defense.
scoring game.
So I am going to. It's going to be a high scoring game. So I'm going to say 38-27.
Oh, that's 11. That's another more than 10. He said more than 10. Oh, I'm not picking on Derek. When I say they're going to
38-27.
lose by 10,
I'm not. Picking
it's
on
realistic.
anything.
Just because
I'm
it's
not
in
picking
Baltimore.
on anything. I'm just you asking for a score.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. But he thought I was picking on him or just talking
I didn't
talk
say
when
it.
I said they're
I
going to
didn't-
lose by 10.
I didn't say anything. He said it.
You went, ho.
I went ha 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 about your.
You had to throw that in.
About
All right.
your Super Bowl prediction is what.
All right.
Oh, no, you're right.
All right.
Yeah,
all
I
right.
know I'm right.
All right. So we've heard all our
only
predictions.
time
Derek,
you've been right.
Derek, what is your prediction?
31-30 Detroit.
See, there goes the home on the road.
All right,
Gonna
it
be
doesn't
by a
make a
field
difference.
goal.
It doesn't make a difference. So yeah, those are the key games. Any other games? I didn't see anything.
Those are the only 3 games that I'm looking forward to. And then Kev put me on to the Arizona game. I was looking
The
forward
Arizona game. I didn't see that either.
The Chargers game, the Lions game.
I'm even looking
Rams.
the
Rams
there's
game.
more rivalry there, Pittsburgh and New England. I'm even looking forward to that. Like, I can't even hate on it.
That's at New England, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers has never beat the Patriots.
Who's playing on the roof for?
Lane, you hear that?
You realize that Aaron Rodgers has never beat the Patriots.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That makes for some interesting stuff. Has he beat every other team with the exception?
I thought he beat every team.
No, the Patriots are the last one, I think. I'm not saying he beat every team, but I know for a fact he's like 0-2
I'm
or
sure he
0-3
beat
against the
every team.
Patriots.
I'm sure.
And he doesn't
against
play him
the
that
Pats.
often because he's played most.
Yeah,
of
you have to wait
AFC.
to play every 4
Yeah,
years.
Yeah.
You have to wait to play.
Only
every
when he
4
played
years.
for the Jets did he have a chance to play the Patriots twice.
And that didn't work out too well. I mean, he won. I think he won. Oh no.
He was hurt.
Well, one year he wasn't around the whole year.
Yeah.
He
So
got
the
hurt in
following year,
second
he
leg
won
of the
one and
game.
he lost one.
Then the second year he was bad.
He won one and he lost one. But yeah, I mean,
sure?
hey, what is it is?
So then he has beat the
him both
Patriots
times?
if he
I
won.
thought the Patriots beat the Jets both times.
That's what I said. He won one.
Oh.
No. The first game,
Aaron
the
Rodgers
first
never
game,
beat the Patriots.
the first game, the Jets lit them up. The second game,
But
I
was
think-
was Aaron Rodgers?
Yes, he played.
because he's saying that Aaron Rodgers never beat the Patriots.
he beat the Patriots last year. The first game that he played, he lit them up. Yeah, he did. I remember. It was a Sunday night game. I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday night game,
One way or the other.
and he lit them up. Look at last year. Look it up. At any rate, so we got to move on real quick because it's already 7:45.
Not like this is a great game to go home and watch.
All right.
Miami.
Yeah.
Be over by halftime.
Who's playing?
Buffalo, Miami. Well, Buffalo. I don't know if Miami's going to play if they decide to show up this
I
week.
got the tight end in Buffalo. All right, so let's talk about let's switch sports and talk about the Red Sox really quick. All indications coming, man, is it doesn't get any easier for them in moving on. They have to go up against I think they're playing Tampa Bay and then Toronto. Correct me
After
if I'm
Texas.
wrong. Yes, Tampa Bay and Toronto. Tampa Bay has always been an Achilles in their heel, even when they were good. Even when the Red Sox were good, they've always had that rivalry. And now you've got Toronto, who's
Much improved.
yes, it doesn't bode well for him. Now, a week ago, I'd say more than 2 weeks ago, all the attention was on the Yankees because the
They were playing
Yankees.
bad.
The Yankees hadn't beaten a team in a series who were above 500.
And then after Toronto, they got Detroit.
So all divisional leaders. So it doesn't
Maybe
bode
Detroit
well.
will be resting people by then.
It doesn't bode
No.
well. No, they have to play for the. They have-
For the
Their
number one
lead,
seed?
Yes.
their lead is like down to like 2.5 games.
yeah, they have to play. They have to play throughout. but yeah, so you're just watching them, and it seems as if they're playing with a lot of tightness right now. I made the comment that butt cheeks were clenching. But, this is a key hitting. The bullpen's giving up, untimely hits to the opposite team. Yesterday, I mean, you seen a reliever come in. They couldn't get nobody out. They walked the bases loaded, and it just was like, whoa, what's going on here?
They reverted back to early season form.
Yes.
Getting on in the season.
Yes. And errors.
Yeah.
And errors.
Yeah, no doubt.
And errors.
And you talked about timely hitting. You know where a lot of that came from? Bregman, Story, and Abreu, and none of them are doing well right now.
Nope.
And then they got the young guy hurt. So you add all those
Abreu's
together.
hurt, ain't he?
Huh?
Isn't Abreu hurt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Paul.
Again,
That's what Paul said. He said all Abreu and Mayer
Yeah.
are hurt.
Oh, well, Mayer wasn't
Anthony.
playing as much.
Anthony's hurt.
Anthony's hurt, yes.
But
yeah.
Abreu started off real good.
Yeah,
he was playing well till he
He
got
was hitting
hurt.
bombs and shit.
Yeah, I've never seen him.
He had over 20. I know him.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like,
But Bregman and Story were carrying them, and they've kind of come down to earth a little bit. They're not providing that timely hit, that big double or home run.
all right, updated standards. All right. You've got Toronto, Detroit, Houston, and Seattle divisional leaders. So you've got New York, who
Number
is
one.
85 and 67. That is 2.5 games ahead of both Houston and Seattle.
Seattle just had their win streak stopped last night.
So, but you think about it, right? If you go back 5 days, both Houston and Seattle jumped over Boston.
Yeah, well, Seattle won 10 in a row, right?
Yeah. And Boston was winning one, losing one, winning one, losing one, winning one, losing,
They
winning.
play 500 and one team goes 10
yeah,
in a row. You
yeah.
yeah. 5 games.
So they're picking the most in they're picking the most in op team
Listens to us.
to go soft.
Just came through. Just came through.
What do we got? What do we got?
No. When you started talking about it, my phone literally says Major League Baseball standings.
It's listening to us. He said.
It's literally listening. This is technology.
Oh, okay.
It's crazy.
Well, if you keep your phone on, microphone always on, it'll pick up. That's one of those things where you got to turn your microphone off. So the Red Sox are in danger right now of being passed by Cleveland, who's only 1.5 game behind. So yeah, it's not looking very promising for the Red Sox right now. Not unless they stop picking it
about
up.
home field advantage in the first
Yeah,
round,
yeah.
and maybe not even getting
Yeah.
invited to the dance.
Yeah, oh yeah. So I mean, I don't know what it is. The pitching is not there. Giolito went 4 innings, less than 4 innings the other day.
Now they just moved their rookie, the one that looks old, into the bullpen. I think for short relief, because that's a big area of concern. They're hoping he can get
And
them
then-
2 or 3 good innings.
And then the other kid that they called up pitched well. Pitched 5 innings.
2 games in a
As
row.
soon as the bullpen came in,
They took him out.
they took him out early. 80 pitches. 80 pitches.
They took him out way too soon.
Well, so he's on a pitch count. That's what it is. But as soon you notice the difference as soon as he gave the lead up right away. Boom.
and he was in control.
Yes.
It was
the
a
same
1-0
thing-
game,
that's
right?
the same thing
Yep.
with that other dude that looked old.
But
Yeah.
the dude that looks old, I saw today that he got moved to the bullpen. He's out of the starting rotation. I think they're not saying he's failing as a starter. They need more help.
They definitely
When
need more help.
They need middle relief. They need middle relief help. They need someone who can come in for 2 or 3 innings and hold it down. So,
Yeah.
And-
so the old rookie,
And you can't take that as a slap in the face because
it's a need.
because the Dodgers are
Gonna do that with Kershaw.
no, they're gonna do that with Otani.
Oh yeah.
Kershaw,
But I heard-
announced he's retiring.
He's
Yeah.
retiring after
End of the
this year.
year.
So that's why I said Kershaw, because they
Nah,
said
they're doing it with
he'll make the
Ohtani.
playoff roster, but he's not going to be on the starting rotation. They'll use him in middle relief just so he can contribute. But
They
Otani too.
They put Otani in the bullpen. It was like,
Well, that's good because he only pitched no more than 4 innings anyway,
but,
right?
but you look at it like this. They were saying if you put him in, that pitch him, whatever, and you take him out, he's gonna come out of the offense. He can't hit either.
Yeah.
So you want him to hit the whole game, possibly.
Then he better be the closer.
Yeah.
But he can go more than 1 inning. He can go several innings.
Yeah, but the fact that you're going to lose his bat in that rotation, you're like, do I want to risk not having him come up? Because if we don't win in regulation, we have to go to OT. We have to go to extra innings.
But I'm saying you can pitch him 6, 7 innings.
What happened to the thing that they were going to try with like
You know what I mean?
They called it like the Golden Bat or something like that.
That was something stupid.
Did you? Then you never heard about that? Like,
I did hear about that.
I thought that was
You can put whoever you want as a choice.
yeah, yeah. I don't know if it was the Golden Bat. I think it was something like that. Where you
Yeah, but they
whoever you
just
want.
they just threw that out.
That shit
there.
sounds like
Nothing-
something that should be on the Savannah Bananas.
yeah,
I agree. I'm agreeing.
along with their glow in the dark uniforms.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, 9 games left. You got 9 games, 3 series. If they don't go 6-3, there's a chance that they might get knocked out the playoffs.
Well, let's look at it for what it was. We really expected them to make the playoffs the way the season started.
Well, the expectations I think were starting to get higher. Once we got to mid-August.
Yeah, they created
It's not my question. You didn't answer my question. The way the season started, did we even think that the Red Sox would be here?
No. That's what I'm saying. I should have said no, but then the expectations and the dominance over the Yankees, more importantly. At one point, they were 8-1.
Now, I agreed. If they falter and don't make the playoffs, it's a disappointment.
Oh yeah,
It'll
be a huge disappointment.
Yep.
And not only that, you think about the long-term effects, right? Bregman opted out of his contract to become a free agent. If you don't get him in the building and you don't get him a playoff victory, it's going to make it that much easier for him to walk.
It'll be Kyle Schwarber all over again.
Yes. You want to get him into the postseason and feel and feel the electricity with a possible win. And if that win could be against the Yankees, that's all the more. That's a draw. But if you don't even make listen, you can't hate outside the club and try to get in, right? So the bottom line is get in, and that's one of the things. I think if they fall short, I think he walks. I think he walks.
I don't know if he enjoys his experience in Boston and he knows that there were some injuries and he has the, he knows that ownership's going to even try to improve it more next year. They weren't expected to win this year and they still competed. So I'd have to feel good about that. Like I'm a part of something here.
Well, but the thing with him is he's running out of time.
Right.
He wants to go back.
The Red Sox ain't that far away.
Yeah. He wants
another quality starting pitcher and another middle relief guy. They might be all right.
That's the thing. I think his heart is still in Houston.
I don't know if Houston wants him back.
That is true. But I think
after the numbers he put up right now, I would take him back.
Yeah, and that's
that would be like admitting you made a mistake, and sometimes that stuff.
Well, they did admit that they made a mistake.
They did that with Korea.
That's right. They took Korea back.
I forgot about that.
Listen, you trade for him right in the middle of the season, right? For a guy that you just let go. You know what I'm saying? Because of the fact that, like, oh, listen, we got somebody younger that can come up again. Oh, wait, hold on a second.
Let's talk about the next 3 series. Ain't no cakewalk.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I said.
Oh, did you say that? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In a different place.
You got Detroit's at the end of it.
You got Tampa, Toronto, and Detroit.
And Detroit playing for the number 1 overall seed, so they're not going to rest nobody.
Toronto's obviously at the top of the American
2 division leaders
at the top. Yeah.
So
they definitely have to take care of business in Tampa Bay. They lost to.
They got to take care of business in Toronto as well.
Yeah, I said 6-3. Anything below 6-3, I don't think they make it in.
And 6-3 against that would be impressive.
That'd be good
with what they got left.
6-3,
He'll be coming back. He should be coming
next
back.
week. Next week.
I think he'd be ready if they went to the playoffs, but I don't think he'll be ready.
Well, no. So they said 4 weeks. 4 weeks was going to be the minimum. When they were showing him yesterday in the dugout, they said that he was supposed to start doing some light swing, well, just simulation. But I guess the earliest that he could come back is next week. So now you're talking about, a few games left when he comes back. Will it be too late? We don't know. It's a wait and see game.
If they start winning some of those 9 games at the beginning, I think then they might try to bring him back right at 4 weeks. But if they start off 2-3 or something like that, they're going to be like, no sense in risking further injury if we're not going to go at least 6-3.
Yeah, it's a wait and see. All right, so we'll move on to the final subject, WNBA playoffs. So before we get to the playoffs, we need to acknowledge the
Rookie of the year.
Rookie of the year, Paige Beckers. Can I just say one thing? It brings joy to my heart to know that they're gonna have the overall #1 pick next year. And who do you think they're going?
Well, I know who Paige is going to want.
We all know who Paige is going to want. We all know who Paige is going to want.
But is that what they need? Because they got a good shooting guard. They'd have to move her
for a trade.
Move her for a forward, and then
For a
draft Ozzy Fudd, who already has great chemistry.
So you
But then they break up and they don't want to
That's
play
her partner.
together.
That's her partner. That is her partner.
You take Fudd over Juju?
Juju's not
coming out.
Juju's not going to play this year until
Juju's not coming
the
out.
end of the year.
Yeah, she won't be back until. Remember, she got hurt in the tournament.
Yeah, so a
She,
year.
it's almost like
March.
it's almost like
a red shirt. Yeah,
it's almost But she did the same thing basically that Jason Tatum did. You get hurt. She got hurt in the tournament, and he did too.
Now, in that conversation, there's also the big girl out of UCLA, Laura Betts. You don't get many 6'7" women that are.
So if Juju's there, do you take Juju or do you go with Fudd?
Oh, I would take Juju.
Oh, I take Juju.
Okay.
But they're not in the same. They're not in the same. They're not in the same.
She's a bigger version of Fudd.
Yeah,
she can do more. But right now, if you have to pick between
And that's
Fudd or Laura Betts,
What's her
that's tough.
girlfriend, right? That's her girlfriend.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's her partner. It's her partner. But yeah, everybody's looking that way. But Steve brought up a very impressive point. Do you overlook the bigs because you want to go for want, not for what you want. You want to go for need, right? And as appealing as it may be, especially due to the fact that that's her partner,
conflict of interest.
We see it everywhere. This isn't the first.
Yeah,
Brittany Griner played in the same team with homegirl for a while. Who else did it?
The other girl there that got traded. What was her name? What was the girl that got traded?
That went to play with her partner?
No, she got traded from her partner. Yeah, they played together.
Oh, and then they all got back with their partner. The other partner got traded to the same team. That happened 3 times this year.
Yeah,
Minnesota.
Yeah, you see
in
it.
Phoenix. Alyssa Thomas, when they came from UConn, her girl got moved out there. The girl from Minnesota went to go. Carrington played with her girlfriend now.
You got to remember too. This unlike the NBA, there's a lot less teams, so the chances of it happening.
If they can trade Arika Mbumake or whatever her name is and get something good for her, like another first-round draft pick, because she's good.
Oh yeah.
Because then if you draft Fudd and you have all 3 of them, you got 3 guards. Now who plays? Who plays the shooting guard?
Well, who was the team that had all guards this year? Who was the team that had guards? They drafted and then they had like 5 guards. There was a team. They didn't have no bigs. I forget which team it was.
Then you got the girl that used to play at Notre Dame, Miles, that transferred to TCU this year. She's coming out. I like her game all around. But I would go, Fudd or Laura Betts, because Paige has already got the perimeter game. You need somebody who can block shots, play defense, and score if they're back to the basket. You might win quicker. But if they can trade a Mbumake for somebody decent, then you can draft Fudd and see what they get for Mbumake. Another solid player, a draft pick. But the playoffs themselves this year have already been kind of crazy. I want to shout out the Golden State Valkyries because for a team that comes in their rookie year and plays that well and came within 1 point of advance, like they had the defending champs on the ropes.
They did.
Lost by 1 point. And we couldn't. Now, they also got the most improved player and coach of the year on that team.
They were up 15 at one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that tells me we all laughed at that franchise when they drafted. Remember, they stashed their #1 draft pick overseas.
Yeah.
They got everybody's cast-offs. But that girl, Burton, ended up being the most improved player of the year.
Yeah.
Their coach ended up being a great pick because she was able to mesh that talent. We didn't think they had any stars.
No.
And here they are, 1 game away from knocking off the champ. And then win 2 major awards, Coach of the Year and Rookie and Most Improved.
Yep.
They're gonna have a high draft pick.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute, there's another expansion team coming in. They might lose some players the way they gain some players.
Yeah. Oh, that's how
I forgot what team it is that comes in, but there's like 3 years in a row. There's a new franchise.
And you look at the defending champs with the injury to Breonna Stewart, how long does it linger on for? Because they didn't look.
They're
like
not out of the
team.
woods. Yeah, they struggled.
I mean, she played last night, but they don't look like the same team when she's.
And did they have to come back from down big to get a victory last night?
They didn't win last night. They lost last night.
They got smoked.
They got smoked.
Oh, was that Phoenix?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it was the first game
then
that she
you,
played.
You have to look at a prior champ who the Aces are playing well now. What did they
Well,
win?
they just got their
17 in a row?
until last night.
Until last night. I
Yeah.
get that, but still, they were bound to lose. But
they're
after
playing
that
good.
loss in Minnesota, when they lost by like 100,
Mhm.
that was a couple weeks ago, and they just went on a tear after that to show you their championship pedigree. They were like, listen, this is who we are. So these playoffs are going to get more and more interesting as so the later rounds go, and I'm all for it.
I still think there's going to be a three-headed monster with the Liberty, the Aces,
In Minnesota. Yeah,
But I'm
absolutely.
not going to count out the
Phoenix.
Dream.
I'm not counting on Phoenix either.
Oh,
Phoenix
the
got a good
Dream
team.
had a good year. They're healthy again.
Atlanta had a good year.
Ryan Howard and all
Yeah.
them. They got a nice little
They got
squad.
their
in
hands
Atlanta.
full with Indiana.
Yeah.
Huh?
They got their hands full.
Well, that's a good first-round
Just
matchup.
imagine, just imagine
And that's
Kate-
without
Yeah,
Caitlin.
without Caitlin.
Yeah, without
Because
Kate.
Kelsey Mitchell is not getting the credit she deserves this year,
Boston
man.
too.
Boston's playing with her ass off.
Yeah.
Remember, she was a number one pick.
They're
a couple
more of a
years ago.
focus now. She's more of a focus.
She's playing her ass off.
Yeah.
Just bringing up Caitlin Clark. Listen, worldly talent. You don't think that she's trying to stick it to the WNBA a little bit? This is just a question about how, because when she first wasn't playing, the viewership went down. It did. You don't think it's so much her trying to say like, hey, look, I'm Caitlin Clark and look at the viewership, or is she really, really legitly hurt?
I don't know.
Somebody brought that to me the other day.
I don't take her as that type of person.
Yeah, she doesn't seem to come across.
It's a
She had
question.
soft
I
muscle
didn't
tissue,
say.
which we don't know. They're tricky to recover, and if you
Yeah.
try to play too quick, you end up hurt. She came back
And
too
she
early
did
the first
I
time.
was going to say she did come back.
So she was like, "I'm not coming back until I feel 100% healthy. I don't care." She only played 13 games out of 40 this year.
And let's face it, she's not making enough money to push that issue.
Yeah, no.
Besides the contract that she has with Nike, but
She don't even play in that other.
Is it
league.
Nike
She
or
don't-
is it the basketball? Is it Spalding? Is it Nike? Who-
Yeah,
She
Nike.
got a
It's- yeah.
crazy shoot there with Nike.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, I posted in the Straight to the Sports group. Did you see the post that I put about Sonia Cintron?
She was a very close runner-up to the Rookie of the Year.
She actually had better numbers
Did Paige?
And
I'll
had
read
more
it to
wins.
I'll read it to you. Now this is so
Not
remember,
scoring, but everything else.
yes. So
Rebounds, assists, she's more.
so
well-rounded.
listen to this. You remember there was a gentleman who was like when we were talking about, we
Yeah,
said Paige Beckers.
The troll.
Yes, the troll that was listening.
Yeah.
And then obviously you're just a fan. You're not looking at the numbers, all right? Because clearly Paige is exceeded everything she's done, all right? But Sonia Cintron just toppled Caitlin Clark's rookie record, and no one's really talking about it. Caitlin Clark got all the hype in 2024, setting multiple rookie records, but Cintron has done nearly as much in 2025 with nowhere near the hype. All right. Cintron's 36 double-digit scoring games bested the rookies of 35. She also is first in the WNBA in three-point percentage, and it isn't even close. 45.5%. All right. She leads the rest of the league by more than a point and a half. All right. She didn't get the love that Clark or Paige Beckers or Sabrina Ionescu did in college. But if she kept playing like this, Sonia Cintron will be a household name very, very, very soon. So
she's on the cusp of it.
This is the type of thing that will keep the WNBA afloat.
No, definitely.
All right. You've got girls that are flying under the radar, but because their name isn't Caitlin Clark. All right. Which immediately, you have fans that are just wild. Like that dude. Oh, the more you talk, you don't know anything about. No,
Caitlin Clark.
look at no. Look at the numbers.
Yeah,
look at the numbers.
Yeah.
I always say it: men lie, women lie.
To Cintron's credit, she played on a team in college where she wasn't able to shine as much as she could because she had two other talented players. But when she got to the pros, that organization, they traded their best player because they wanted to build around her. And they have another rookie there, Aya Freehan, that played with Juju.
Yes.
She had a good year. But both those rookies came, they're going to build around them too. And remember, both their point guards went down. They drafted the point guard out of Kentucky, Georgia, but she was out for the season. She got hurt during preseason. And they'll draft another point guard this year. When they get a point guard to put with Cintron and Aya Freehan, that organization looks like it could be it could make the next leap next year.
So I just
That's where
wanted
the ratings will come in.
I just wanted to to give a little context because everybody seems to think that now let's face it, for the last month now you've had no Caitlin Clark under the radar, quiet as kept. There was at towards the end of the season we had the other superstar out too.
Injuries.
Yes.
Yeah.
Those are the two who've been carrying the league, quote unquote. But to give some context, we've seen what Paige has done, and we've seen what Sonia Cintron is doing.
There's other people worth watching in that league.
Yeah. Yes. I'm obviously as the time goes on, I'm getting more and more into women's sports and college, but I don't look just at those two individuals. I look at the other people.
Yeah.
I look. There's other people that play in the leagues. There's just not just two women. There's not three women. There's multiple women that are doing
the
big
double
things.
digits.
Yes. So I it was something that I came across. I said, you know what? Let me post this.
Didn't she average a decent number of rebounds and assists too? Like I think she averaged like 5 and 5 for rebounds and assists. Then shot the incredible 3-point range. Then she averaged 16 and a half a game. All her numbers were good.
Yeah. So that tells you, she's a complete player. So everybody wants to talk about Caitlin Clark being a great 3-point shooter. She shoots volume.
Yeah.
And her percentage isn't good.
It's the distance. That's what lowers her thing. She wants that logo 3 all the time.
Yes.
She wants that Steph Curry effect.
Yes.
So she takes more chances, and she takes more chances with the assists.
But not for nothing, if she does a lot of that is because anywhere closer, they're not giving her the opportunity to take that shot.
Yeah.
They're
bodying her up.
They're in her ass.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's.
I agree with that somewhat, but there's times where she'll just pull over half court.
Yeah, when she wants to. Yeah.
When she gets into a rhythm, she can't hit it.
Listen, so I think as the years go on, she's going to see that every possession counts, and you'll see her probably pull back more on them, because it is the in thing to do, but. You're gonna find, once you get into the serious competition, meaning playoffs, that 1 or 2 possession games are gonna mean a lot.
Yeah,
and you're gonna want that. You're gonna want that logo 3 back.
Yeah, she's more than an adequate passer. She's willing to get the ball. But what's another thing that I find her doing less and less, and we know all is at least 3 of us are basketball guys. Give the ball, move, and get it back.
That's right.
And
listen,
Joe, calm down. You're getting ready to get real mad at me.
No. So listen, if you're gonna try to emulate Steph Curry, don't just emulate one part of his game.
Yeah.
I always
He
tell the
improved
kids
every year in the league. Remember his handle.
But I always tell the kids that's it.
Yeah.
If you see that guy standing still, smack him in the face. You ain't never gonna smack him in the face.
Nope.
Because he's constantly moving. He moves and replace, moves and replace, moves and replace, moves and replace. I always tell the kids, I said, listen, if you're standing still on offense, you're doing something wrong.
Yep.
You are doing something wrong.
That's
because
one of
it's
the biggest odds that are lost.
It's a motion offense.
Yep.
It's a motion, and it takes a name. And that's why that's the first thing I preach to the kids all. If you are standing still, you are doing something wrong, because the offenses that I run is constant motion. Ain't no one standing still.
Nope.
And like I said, to try to drive that point line, I always use Steph Curry. Just watch him. It's similar to Reggie Miller. All the good guys, Reggie Miller, Rip Hamilton, Ray Allen. These are guys who
Billups,
yes,
all of them.
These are guys who ran miles in a game.
Yeah,
because
Dave did run around
because they never ever stayed still. It's
Spider.
Listen, it's easy.
That's for sure.
It's easy to guard someone who stands still.
Yeah, who's stagnant. Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, in any sport.
It's like sitting in a chair. That chair's not moving.
Exactly.
You're guarding it.
Exactly. But yeah, so I mean, I think the WNBA is in good hands. I think
with reinforcements coming.
That's what I was just getting ready to say.
I want to see the year-end numbers for television viewership, sponsorship, because, like you said, the big cash cow wasn't there to carry it. But if the numbers are the same,
it initially went down, but it came back up.
Yeah.
People were forced to watch other players.
And listen, I like watching Caitlin Clark play. I like watching her play.
Listen, I like watching all the best players play.
But that's what I'm saying. But I never stopped my viewership because Caitlin Clark went
No,
down, but I
no.
like watching her
Yep.
play. And I can't wait for the Jujus of the world to come in the league, the Amanda Fudd and all the rest that are coming in. I can't wait to see them.
Yes, the WNBA is in good hands.
It is.
I just hope with the pending strike coming up, I hope that there's some resolution. I hope there's a give and a take.
It's a foregone conclusion.
Oh
You
yeah,
think
it's
they're
foregone.
striking?
Well, it's gone.
They're going for the
Yeah, I just hope that there's some give and take, and not just take, because this could throw a monkey wrench into everything that they're building up. Rome wasn't built in a day.
We talked about it a
yes.
couple weeks ago. Like
Rome wasn't built in a day, and they just have to. They just have to. At the end of the day, they have to take this into account. I know it's easier said than done, sitting here, me in a chair saying it, but at some point you got to come to some type of agreement where it's not just take. It's you got to
you got to give.
Sometimes you got to give to get.
Absolutely.
So we'll see. But yeah, that'll do it for us tonight. Derek's already out of here. He had to leave.
Fast as I seen him move.
But
fathers do that for their daughters.
Yes, yeah. But yeah, so we'll be back next week. We'll once again be talking about obviously about the NFL, with some clarity as far as injuries go. And we need to watch the players, how the people who are playing for those players, how they perform and how it affects the team.
And the WNBA will
And
be
the
down to like
WNBA.
their Final Four by the time we come back.
And this time next week, the Red Sox will be in their final series. We'll see if they, if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. But yeah, there's a lot of sports that are going down.
Doesn't NBA training?
I was just getting ready to say you took the words right out of my mouth. I said NBA camp
right
around the corner.
I believe it's
next week. Yeah,
next week.
Yeah, next week.
Next week, because they've already reported. I did see in the because I follow the Celtics.
There, right?
Yeah, but all the veterans, most of the veterans that they're there already.
Yep.
Yeah, they're not mandatory, but they're there.
No. Yeah. So yeah, we'll talk about that and much more. Thank goodness for the ever evolving things with sports. There's always news every day, and that's why we'll be here next Thursday here at WMB1 Radio. As always, I know y'all getting sick and tired of me here saying it. Go download the WMB1 Radio app, available on all mobile platforms, or you can access us at WMB1.com as well. Closing words before we leave, gentlemen. Anybody, anything? No?
I think we hit everything that we wanted to talk about tonight.
All right. So with that being said, we'll sign off, and we'll see you here, same time, same place, next week. All right. We're out. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Old school R&B, hip hop, reggae, sports, talk shows, and a whole lot more. You're listening to the internet's hottest new radio station, WNV1 Radio, New Bedford, Massachusetts, home of